You are listening to the Lucha Central Podcast Network. And now, LuchaCentral.com presents Masks, Mats, and Mayhem.
I ain't been drinking drunk on this show in a long time. Welcome to another edition of Masks, Mats, and Mayhem. I'm your host, the Outlaw LA Red. You can find me on social media at JustinHarvey75. You can find the entire show on social media at MMMshow75. We're back. We're back, officially back, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us here today. How did that happen? What is that shirt? What is that obscene shirt? That's
Arnold's. It's a place you get lunch.
Lucha Gringo over there. I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to this guy. What's going on, Casey?
Oh, I think we're going to have a commercial for that we should play right now. The following announcement has been paid for by Professor Casey.
I don't think we're going to have that.
How's this for your announcement, Byron?
So, for our audio listeners, of which there are countless thousands now.
Oh, really?
Apparently, yeah. The audio version is doing better than the video version. So if you're watching us, you're one of the few lucky ones. But if you're listening to us, you are one of the thousands of people that get to hear us every week. So
they're the really lucky ones because they don't have to see our fucking faces. Let's be real.
There were thousands on Facebook too, which seems to be the hot new thing. Maybe people just aren't glomming onto the YouTube like the Facebook these days. Don't know what that is, but whatever. Anyway,
well, what I can say, Justin, is we all got something for them to glom on right here. Yeah. We got something for them to glom on right here.
Case is wearing the hot new piece of merchandise that you can get right now. It is the "Fuck You, Here Is Casey" shirt based on the Gato and Jado shirt.
Yep. Gato and Jado shirt.
Jado. Why do I want to say Jado?
Because you've been watching too many Victor Quinones promos.
That's what it is. Anyway, the shirt's hot. It's flying off the shelves. Get yours before we discontinue it because it is a limited edition. It is available right now at teespring.com/Bazooka Casey.
Correct. And I do say it's flying off the shelf because we've sold 3 and I bought all 3 of them. So make it 4 or I'm never doing this show again. I'm holding it ransom to this audience. I have to sell at least one more shirt or I quit.
And this might be the last shirt that we do solo. I don't know. We're going to have to find out. Depending on how this shirt goes, we may cut a deal with our overlords at Mass Republic to do the next one. We'll see how that goes.
Oh, dude, I got so much heat with those guys.
We'll get to it. Save it for the wall of shame, Case.
I'm sure it's worthwhile.
Hey, did you guys hear this shit about Stu Bennett talking about Lucha Underground finally?
No, who the fuck?
Wade Barrett.
Oh, okay.
Wade Barrett, Stu Bennett, that guy.
I've got some bad news for you.
The guy that's in a movie called Vengeance Retaliation. That's not the same word twice.
Yeah.
A legitimate bare knuckle boxer. So
Okay. Have you seen him bare knuckle box? I'd be down to watch him bare knuckle box.
I saw clips of him.
For those great a fight between him and Cross.
For those of you that just joined us, Justin said he would like to see Wade Barrett's box.
That's close.
Bad.
So anyway, Wade is coming out, and he's not necessarily not coming out, but he's
Pride Month
talking about Lucha Underground a little bit. Pride Month's over, man, but that doesn't mean
it's July now. I'm sorry, I have.
Speaking of which, go back and listen to our Sunny Kiss episode. It's amazing.
Yes, please do. Great episode.
So no, he's just talking a little bit about how he got involved in Lucha Underground and basically kind of starting to say what happened there and talking about his League of Extraordinary White Men, as I like to call it, angle that they had going in Lucha Underground. But yeah, he's basically said that, the plan was not fully formulated, but that he was going to come in and lead this faction of the gods that was invading. They really just wanted him for the last episode of season 4. They were hoping to get a pickup for season 5. He was on board to come in and participate in some of that, but it was a no-brainer for him to do season 4 without having to commit because he was already going to be in LA shooting a movie. Came out, did the deed, and basically he was going to be the leader of the, white overlord Aztec god.
What was his name again?
So what they did is they came to me and they said, Wade, I mean, Stu, you're really white. And we need you to beat all of our Mexican stars because you're really white. But first, we can't have you wrestle yet. We need you to just sit in a limo and look really white.
In his defense, I will say that he was not personally responsible for beating any real luchadors.
No, he wasn't, but
In
he is,
Lucha Underground.
he is personally responsible for killing Lucha Underground as a show because he's the last image before it went off the air. So it's his fault automatically. That's how it works. That's why when we end this every episode of the show, I hear penis and run away.
You're letting Swagger off the hook for being the final champion, Jake Hagar, Jake Strong.
They're the same person.
Strong.
But he does say he's got some bad news, and the bad news is that there's no season 5. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
But is there no season 5?
I just spoke to Robert, and I'm afraid I got some bad news for you from Univision.
I'm going to say that I honestly believe at some point...
That's me doing the gavel.
I believe at some point in time there will actually be a Lucha Underground season 5, 6, and 7, and that Stu Bennett will not be a part of it in any fashion, nor will 87% of the original cast.
I think what they're going to do is they're going to listen to Casey. They're going to listen to his cool ideas. And they're going to be like, why do we need to call it Lucha Underground? Let's just call it Fucked Up Deathmatch Show, just like Casey suggested. And we're going to just, we'll have some luchadors. Sure.
Should we film that in Zone of 23?
I've got a personal correspondence going with Jeffrey Briggs already about the new Lucha Underground wrestling. So we're going to make this happen.
Dude, well, I got a personal correspondence with Joe Bob Briggs. And he says that there's some serious aardvarking going on when it comes to that Lucha Underground trademark.
I believe it. It's some nonsense. Listen, before we get to the second part of this Thunder Rosa interview, because if you guys thought last week's episode with Thunder Rosa was the shit, this week she actually gets fired up. Like, that was nothing. She was chill. Her coffee kicked in for the second episode.
Dude, I'm sorry she was so mad at me for not doing the episode.
Oh, she was not pleased. She took it as a personal slight and said that she asked if we wanted to purchase a custom video of her whooping your ass in Mission Pro. They do custom videos, and you can just pay to have a match. So all we got to do is send you to Tejas and put you in the ring with Mel, and she will whoop your monkey ass for us.
So wait, we know someone that runs a wrestling promotion now, is what you're saying?
Yeah, we legit know a wrestling owner booker for women. But but obviously she had no problem with putting you in a custom match.
Dude, all I'm saying is that this promotion, this deathmatch promotion, can happen with or without Eric Van Wagner's involvement. Is what I'm saying. I get you. Well, highest bidder, and by highest bidder I mean whoever's willing to let us bleed on their apron.
All right, CCD, Casey's Custom Deathmatch. CCD
in the kitchen.
That's the new promotion.
Oh, dude, I bet no one's done deathmatch custom tapes. That could get
gnarly. Well, I think the way you'd have to do that is you'd have to say, okay, you don't get to pick the wrestlers. You get to pick the death match that you want, and then we'd have to go out and find the wrestlers that would actually do that shit.
Honestly, dude, we're in fucking Hollywood. We just special effects that shit. We don't have to have anyone really getting their limbs cut off. We just fake it.
Do you remember bum fights? This just sounds like bum fights all over again.
Shush your mouth.
Oh, I'll fight your bum, Meef.
This is more like Kimbo Slice, Jorge Masvidal stuff, man. This isn't bum fights. Anyway, listen, Here's the last thing I want to talk about before we get to that interview. Cody Rhodes, or Cody, whatever he's allowed to be called outside of WWE, Runnels.
Just plain Cody.
My theory is that they didn't renew his copyright, the Rhodes copyright, and he put in for it, and then during the whole speak out thing, wait, I don't know. Hold on.
What I missed?
I don't know where
this joke was going.
I don't even know where you're going. I was just going to ask you if him being the TV champ is working or not.
Oh,
sure.
I have a theory.
Yeah. Don't put the belt on Pentagon.
I have a theory that there's a reason they went and blocked his, try to copyright his name. But I don't know if I heard something in confidence or if I heard something like I read on Twitter.
Oh, I told you in confidence, Byron. You can't tell that story on the show. Fuck our listeners.
I like his TV champion, though. I think he's having good matches. I think he had a much better match with Hager than Mox did.
You know who would be a great TV champion? Pentagon.
Who's that?
Pentagon.
Yeah.
Great TV champion.
I mean,
Great champ.
I'm not really opposed to it. I like the fact that he's kind of trying to just show everyone what they expect of the TV champ. It feels kind of like old school NWA almost.
No, they're good matches. I like Cody as a person. He's not going to fuck up and ruin things for the company, so I love him there too. And, like on a personal level, he's not going to do dipshit stuff and fuck everything up for the rest of the company. So I'm all for him being champion.
Here's what I'd love, Casey. I'd love for both Byron and Meatloaf to unscrew some more things right into their microphones while somebody's talking. That sounds like
have a couple more cats,
guys.
Have a couple more cats.
I'm just having some crybabies.
It's fine if you want this to be a mukbang podcast. That's fine. Like, you have to hear the whole box.
I like how Justin is complaining about Byron eating candy, and Byron's candy is literally called crybaby tears. That is tremendous.
His candy's not as good as mine. I got a whole box of Bean Boozled. Do you guys know anything about these?
Oh, I know, dude. You're gonna get that Dookie bean, bro. You're gonna get the Dookie bean.
The flavors are on there, and they are every other flavor is horrendous.
Okay, so rotten egg.
Belly.
Yeah, rotten egg's the absolute worst thing. I gave them to a guy.
Spoiled milk.
Oh, fuck that, dude. That didn't exist when I had them, but
so bad.
Rotten egg, we gave it to a guy blind, asked him to guess the flavor, and his guess was fart, and that's actually pretty fucking accurate.
Super sulfury, nasty.
Mm-hmm.
It's gross. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Cody is TV champ. I kind of feel it. I don't know, Jim, do you even watch AEW?
I mean, yeah, after NXT. Yeah, I think honestly, like, there's no better person to have on the title right now to not only, as you said, Casey, represent the company, but also show that he is that old school type champion. And, I'm hoping that, they can get the actual belt that they want while he's still champion. So we can just get an idea of how he's supposed to look as that champion.
Right. Mm-hmm. I can see that.
Yeah, they got to figure that out before the toy gets made too. That's another issue.
It's also he's doing the John Cena US champ run where he wanted to showcase. He wanted to have a good match that showcases opponents.
And speaking of breaking toy news, gentlemen, breaking toy news. Jazzwares, makers of the AEW toys, are also making the UFC action figures. Did you guys see that?
Ooh, interesting.
Like that.
They look sweet?
Nah, I don't know about that. They look like something. They gave them all cloth shorts, which is a little weird. Like, if they're all wearing the same shorts, why don't you fucking mold the shorts? You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially because of the fact that they have an actual uniform. But maybe that's because the Reebok deal is up this year.
Oh, that could be. But
and then that way they could switch everything quickly if they need to.
They also come with alternate hands. There's closed hands and then there's kind of open hands. So, yes, the John Jones figure comes with eye gouge fingers, basically.
Yeah.
Because he's got those open hands.
So you with an open hand. Jab with an open hand.
You can poke some eyes with that shit. And also, Donald Cerrone gets a figure, and everyone needs one of those in their life.
Donald Cerrone? Does it come with an expanding beer gut? Like the in-fight Donald Cerrone that's got abs, and then the out-of-fight Donald Cerrone that's jumping out of an airplane with a beer gut?
Actually, what it does is it comes with a Donald Cerrone with no beard and then one with beard. It's like the exact same face, so you can just switch it. Everyone else has an expression, but Cerrone doesn't. He just has different facial hair on his faces, which is pretty funny.
We're kind of talking about AEW. I want to ask you guys, I know we talked about Sammy G a little bit last week, but now I'm seeing like a lot more kerfluffle online about this thing. And it's like a lot of people are like, he obviously made a terrible comment. He was literally made a joke about raping Sasha Banks, if you haven't heard it. I mean, it was foul. It was uncalled for. It wasn't very funny. It was totally the Michael Richards moment. Like, it was bad. It was 4 years ago. He was 22 years old. He did not work for AEW at the time. A lot of people think that is cause enough that AEW shouldn't be letting him go without pay when there's actual people who are out there accused of abuse and rape and did terrible things, and he just said something. I don't know if I don't know if I disagree with people having that opinion that what he did, they still want to see him around. But at the same time, when I saw the punishment that was levied to him, personally, I was like, okay, yeah, that punishment of all the things that I've seen so far fits the crime. Like he said something really bad and out of context. People need to be taught not to do that publicly, especially for, when you work for public companies that have moralities clauses, that you cannot do stuff like that. It was out of line and people should never do stuff like that again. And that a lesson had to be taught, and that Sammy will get a chance to come back. Cody has publicly announced that he will be coming back to AEW after he goes through some counseling, after he understands the nature of what he did, and after he loses a whole bunch of his money to women's abuse causes.
And honestly, the people complaining about the severity of the punishment or lack thereof, they're not employees of a company that probably had an existing policy for this that they're enacting right now. Maybe not. Maybe they're just like, fuck, now we need a policy. But they also didn't sign a contract for the company. So they're not really in the position to complain about the punishment because it's an inside thing. It's just a very public business. I don't know. I think what they're doing is the right thing, and I don't think it's too extreme. I also don't think it's not extreme enough because there's a lot of other fucked up people that need to be dealt with in more of a fashion. And he knows what he said is wrong, and he's getting punished for it. And we can leave it at that.
Yeah, I think this one was quick and easy for a lot of reasons, and that's probably a good thing. Like, there needed to be one kind of open and shut case because a lot of these other things are very complicated.
Oh, a lot of them are going to take serious investigation and things like that. But when they do get investigated, I think that they're going to be dealt with in a much more extreme manner than this.
Oh, Jimmy Havoc's gone.
Yeah,
I see it coming. He's gone.
I don't think the rehab thing is I think he's going and they're never bringing him back.
Jimmy Havoc is probably gone just because he's not going to get to the other side. Like, he's a trouble person going through problems, and he's not going to stabilize enough to come back, I think.
Well, and that is part of this thing too, is like, I think a lot of people are shocked, but you have to understand, like, I work in reality TV, so does Byron.
Yeah.
And we're around people all the time that are, wanting to be in the spotlight. And I'm not saying that this is bad, like all wrestlers are bad. Like, comedians, if are a certain type of person and they're a little bit broken by nature. It's the same with wrestlers and people who want to be actors and a lot of musicians. And this isn't all of them. I'm not like globalizing every person in these industries, but you understand at a certain point in time that there's a certain amount of brokenness that gives you the superpower to be able to do something in entertainment in this kind of way. You have to have a certain level of resolve. You have to have a certain kind of crazy to go into a wrestling ring and take a bump every week. And
you have to have an extra kind of crazy to be doing death matches.
And you add in the constant pain and the drugs and the alcohol and bad scenarios and people with lucid addictions and kinks, and all of a sudden, bad shit happens.
Lots of death match dudes are the nicest people you'll ever meet, and they would never fuck someone over like that too. But
yeah, because you know what? Them motherfuckers are tired after an event. They're not trying to go out to the after party and do shit. They want some Vicodin, a whiskey, and a bed.
And find some and to pick the glass out of their back sometimes.
Exactly. Oh. Anyway, the Sammy G thing, I just didn't know if you guys. I just like it. I'm really surprised that it keeps going.
We had reached out to each other, and I think we both had the same exact reaction. Two things, I think. One thing to consider, this is also something that happened 4 years ago. Yeah. He hasn't shown anything, and I'm not defending what he said at all, but let's just like objectively look at where he's at now. He hasn't exhibited that behavior recently, and there's no reason to think, without hearing what happened, that he would say something like that. So now you're going to punish him at a job he has now for something that he did 4 years ago. That in itself is a bit of a stretch. I mean, that I think prevents
that. Honestly, that is something that wouldn't hold up in court probably if he decided to fight this. But he would also never have a job in AEW again if he tried to fight this.
Maybe not. I don't know that Tony Khan is that kind of vindictive. Like, I think Tony very much separates business from personal. But to me, look, I'm not trying to defend anybody. I'm saying this about Sammy. I would like to see Sammy turn into one of the good ones. I don't think that all human beings are irredeemable, that do something bad. And I think that his level of bad was absolutely atrocious, should be dealt with, should be a punishable thing for everybody from now on. And even if you reach back in time a few years to do it, oh well, you know. And I've done comedy, man. I did mean-spirited joke humor, you know, and I think back to some of the stuff I've said, and I'm like, yeah, you know, have I learned my lesson from those things? And I certainly have. But if somebody was to reach back and punish me for something that I said back then now, I wouldn't necessarily think it was totally unfair, because those lessons need to be taught now.
Yeah.
Imagine I'm not being funny, but imagine us five if we decided to take a camera back to us hanging out with our mates when we were 15 to 22.
Yeah. I mean, Sammy was literally 22 when he said that. And it was stupid, and somebody should have slapped him in the mouth then and not let him get away with it. Anyway, I don't want to harp on it.
I just want to say, even with what I was saying, he very much deserves, specifically and also out of principle with what everything's going through right now, he deserves a punishment, and a statement should have been made about him.
Yeah, and I don't think his career is over. I think that the goal of Tony Khan and Cody Rhodes at this point in time is to rehabilitate Sammy, to make him one of the good ones, like I believe both of them are. I would be very surprised to see anything about either of them, honestly. And to turn him into the kind of person that he should be and that they want to represent wrestling, and then to give him another shot 6 months or a year from now or whatever. Probably they'll work him back in slowly. And he was wrestling side by side with Chris Jericho. That's a big deal for a guy his age to be that far in his career.
There were some good stories coming out about him.
Yeah, and a lot of people are defending him. I'm going to tell those people right now, don't defend him. You cannot defend what he said to me. Yeah. You just can't. Stop trying to do that. Stop saying, oh, it was just a joke. It was just a rib. That's part of the culture of wrestling that has to change. And
we've seen how Sasha Banks felt about it too. So
that statement was uncalled for. It was too much, and it was personally directed at somebody else, whether it was a joke or not. So it was inappropriate, and it deserves to be noted. Anyway, listen, there is something positive coming. That something positive is coming right now from our friend Thunder Rosa. You got to check out the second part of this interview. We did it last week, and it is fire. It was so hard for me and Byron to not put it out last week, but we were just like, oh, it's kind of long. We got to break it up in 2 parts, but the second half of this interview is the better half. Don't mean to say fooled you from last week, because last week was damn good too, but this is the better half. So quickly, Denise, tell me what's happening on the Lucha Central Podcast Network right now so we can get to Thunder Rosa.
Hey everyone, it's Denise Salcedo here in Lucha Central, where they look at all of the great shows available this week on the Lucha Central Podcast Network. Monday, it's a brand new Lucha Libre Figures and Facts, where Eric and Jeff not only talk about a classic WCW Vampiro action figure from Toy Biz, but they get joined by the superstar himself just days before the debut of his new show on the Al Rey Network, Vampiro Unleashed. Tuesday, Mass, Mats, and Mayhem has part 2 of their interview with Thunder Rosa, and she drops all the goods on being the first Mexican women's champ in NWA, her citizenship, backstage bullies in wrestling, getting out of her Lucha Underground contract, the Women of Wrestling TV series, and more. Also on Tuesday, Wrestle Boss with Fabi Chulo live covering pro wrestling and MMA from 7 to 8:30 p.m. Pacific. This week, Fabi talks wrestling with Lucha Libre Voz promoter DJ Voz ahead of the company's huge upcoming iPay-per-view event. And on the MMA side of things, World Sambo Championships competitor Giovanni Varela stops by the show to talk about representing Honduras in the tournament. Head to WrestleBossLive.com to listen live or download it Wednesday across podcast platforms. Wednesday nights live on Facebook, it's Spanish show La Mesa de los Márgaros, giving you both the news and the chisme from around the lucha world. Plus, this week, owner of one of the world's largest Lucha Libre mask and memorabilia collections, like literally, museums call this guy when they want to do a Lucha Libre exhibit. Christian Simet joins the show along with general manager of the Perros del Mar brand, Can de Mal, as they talk licensing and merchandising in Mexico. Thursdays, it's straight out of the bodega with Papo Esco, and this week Vinny Massaro pulls up to the shop for part 2 of his interview, where the trio will talk about his recent international travels to Mexico and Japan, as well as getting the call to train Cain Velasquez for his pro wrestling debut in AAA. On Friday, it's your double dose of Lucha Central Weekly podcast, one in English y el otro en español. Lucha Central Weekly is where you'll find all the top stories of the week, both inside and out of the ring from Mexico and anywhere luchadores are in action across the globe. Find out what's happening in empty arenas across Mexico, including the new Lucha Time Promotions Weekly TV series and how to watch it, as well as lucha action in WWE, NXT, and AEW. Be sure to subscribe and follow all of your favorite Lucha Central Network series on your favorite podcast platforms. And please be sure to give a rating and review to help more fans find the shows that you love. For now, this is Denise Salcedo signing off from Lucha Central Central. Have a great week.
Imagine all that pressure that I had. And like, I remember my friend, he was like, Melissa, if you lose, you know you had a lot more to lose than the other chick. Nobody knows this other chick. They all know you.
Yeah.
You know? So if you lose, make sure you lose by decision or by split decision. Not by getting choked.
Go out on a stretcher. You got to. In this particular case, this is not a lay down and take it moment. You got to go out on a stretcher if at all. I get it.
Yeah. So, so I get in there and I was I was nervous. I was terrified. As soon as they locked that door, I just remember one of my friends told me, Melissa, you're closer to God than you will ever been. Enjoy the moment and kick this bitch ass, or at least try to do that.
Yeah.
So the first round was all right. You know, I got punched in the nose and I started bleeding. I was like, all right, this is how it's going to be. And then I didn't feel anything because my coach was like, you're going to get punched and you're not going to feel anything. Your adrenaline's got to be running and you just keep going, you know. The second round, we're getting there. She takes me down because I was trying to take her down. She takes me down. And as she's taking me down, it was like probably 15 seconds before the end of the thing. She cuts me wide open right here with an elbow. I didn't even feel it. I just started bleeding, right? And I just saw red when I got up and I just heard everybody like, you know, and I was like, man, what the fuck? You know, and then I get it, sit down. I'm not even breathing hard. And I just look at my coaches and the cut man and I'm like, hey, coach, am I doing well? And he just looked at me like, yes, you're doing well. You know, you have one more round, have fun, you know. And I remember the last round, I was just smiling at my opponent, and I was like, thanks, bitch. Okay, let's have fun. And then we just started fucking going at it. I mean, and at the end, I mean, she won, but it
was a decision. You got to the cards.
Yes, and then the cool part was she wins, and I feel like I was Rocky, you know, because everybody's like chanting my name, and I was like, of course, like ugly ass face crying, and I'm like, oh my god.
Hey, people forget that Rocky lost in that first movie. Come on now, you can't win them all. And honestly, I watched it. I was super proud of you. I thought it was an amazing performance, and it was just like, to me, when they closed that cage door, I know you were probably shitting a brick, but to me, I was like, that was the moment where I was like, okay, it doesn't even matter now. She did it. She got all the way in that cage, and she is about to put hands on this other girl, for better or for worse, no matter what. She did the training. She did the time. She got in there. She's standing up in this girl's face, and then you went after it. And it's funny, too. The end of our show, I always say, stay calm and stay in the mix, which is actually something a cornerman said to me between rounds once. And I was getting that weird adrenaline dump because I was so nervous. I didn't know what was going on. And I was breathing too much and the adrenaline was happening wrong. And he just said, stay calm, stay in the mix, because that was all he wanted me to do. He didn't even want me to win. It wasn't even about winning at that point. And I'm pretty sure that I got clowned really hard after that anyway. But the point was, like, people don't understand the way your adrenaline goes crazy. And if it happens too soon, you are fucked. It is the worst thing ever. And those first few big fights, especially in front of people, your adrenaline comes at all the wrong times, and you have to like find this way to level it out just to get through it right. But I could tell, you know, in that second round that you had totally leveled out. And I was just thinking to myself the whole time, like, come on, Mel, stay calm, stay in the mix. You got this. And it was great. Mm-hmm. And you did. I thought you actually handled it exactly the way that you're supposed to.
And you know what? It was like so interesting because she had at least. And then Ryan is watching the fight. Like, thanks, Ryan.
Yes, one of the happiest memories.
Bro, come on, man. Like, for me, I watch it as like embarrassing. I'm like, man. I mean, but it was like, again, it's a progression of things. It's like when my first match in professional wrestling. You know, you're so green, and she already had 10 fights on me. So no matter what they put in front of me, I have to work harder because I know I have all the odds to lose, but.
Well, you didn't even have any amateurs or smokers or anything. I mean, that was literally your MMA debut. Was a pro fight, and
we've seen
those fighters
transition just somewhat.
You know, and I never got into a real fight either. Oh man, that makes me cringe right now. I'm like, I don't even know. You know, it's like for whoever wants to talk shit about, oh man, she looks like shit. Guess what? So what? I fucking dare you to get in a cage and put the training that you got to put just to get on a cage. Straight up.
That's what I'm saying.
All the responsibility, because I'm like not the only one. All my friends have full-time jobs. All of them. Kids, responsibilities, and this is a passion. So for people to come and shit on it, and I hate when like fighters get in there and they're like, oh, that person did like shit. Well, like, they go on Twitter and then like destroy them. I'm like, you don't know nothing. You don't know nothing what you're talking about. You have to have some respect on these people that we're putting our lives for your entertainment in another level, you know? Yeah. So I understand what they do and what we do on the ring is the same thing. It was like, oh my God, she sucks. Yeah, she probably sucks. But guess what? You're watching it. You're paying a ticket. You should have some respect for this person. I dare you just to take a bump, you know?
So now I got to ask you this, though, because we've talked to Cross about this a little bit, too. And Cross actually says that a lot of times in wrestling, he feels like his punches suck because he has done real fights before in MMA and whatnot. And he gets worried that he's going to throw some heat on somebody too hard. So then he pulls back too much at times. But I've noticed with you, I feel like since the MMA thing, I won't use the word stiff because I don't like that terminology, but crisp. I think that you are throwing crisper forearms. I think that you are coming a little harder. And I think that you honed in even some of the wrestling attacks. But is that harder when you've been throwing real 1s and 2s to then get in the ring and throw a wrestling punch and not knock somebody the fuck out by accident?
Yeah, of course. It is hard. I mean, I'm so used to like, all right, let's do this. And I'm just like, you know, and like, even when I look up like if I was going to be like fighting. It's so funny to be like no, Melissa, you got to do it different. So it's just like I said, it's so different, but at the same time, you can incorporate so many things. I think that's one of the reasons why people love Shayna Blazer because
love it. Yeah.
Because she knows what she's doing and she makes it look so real without hurting the other person, you know? So it's like, and then you can create so much when you're doing this, right? Yeah, it is hard, but that's why I slap. That's why I don't punch.
But I also think it is important, and like kind of what Shayna was doing and what you're doing now, and female wrestlers in general. I think it's great because there's been a lot of criticism in the past that it's not realistic to have the girls wrestle the guys. They would never beat them up in real life and whatnot. And it's like, well, no, I don't. I think that right now. Like, look, I've even put hands on people in the past, but I think that with your training right now compared to me, you'd kick my ass. You know what I mean? And I think that your actual real life skills help it translate into the ring and help people break these ideas that they have about what women's wrestling should be. It's not the lingerie matches of the past. It's not Jello wrestling at some bar. This is actual athletes competing. And just like any other level of the fantasy of wrestling, to me, I don't feel like there's any reason why female wrestlers can't be booked in any fashion that you think is a good story now, because I think the athletic credibility is there. And I think that what you're doing and what other wrestlers have done to just show that they are all around athletes takes it to that level. Like, why would I believe that you could kick somebody's ass any less than Kevin Cross? You guys have both fought people for real. You know what I mean?
But I mean, in that aspect, I will say you have to be, or the promoter have to be smart on who they book who. You're not
right.
You're not gonna try to put me with somebody who's 250 pounds or 300 pounds and then me going over. It's like there's still like some things that you still have to make sense of. But I think that yes, again, if you piss me off, I'm probably gonna whip your ass.
But if you build the stories right too, it's like, look, I wouldn't imagine, in real life, Rey Mysterio trying to beat up Big Show either. But you know what I'm saying? Those stories still exist, and Rey Mysterio has been the champ. You know what I mean? And why can that not go the other way? It's a fantasy to a certain extent. You just have to add the right level of credibility, build up the stories the right way, and the whole industry, just like with Rey Mysterio, has to invest in these characters, the female characters, and invest in them over time. Rey Mysterio had ECW, WCW, and then a run in WWE to build up to that. But people were to the point where they're like, this little guy could easily take any one of these 6'4" top guys in WWE, and nobody questioned it after a certain point. And I think that if we build up female talent in a similar fashion, where people get into these storylines, they have that credibility, and the storylines back up that credibility, that there's no reason that can't be the same for any person of any color or any sex to do the exact same thing that Rey Mysterio was able to do.
Yes, but we'll see who's going to do that.
Well, exactly. I don't disagree with that. All right, so I got to ask you about this. Since the last time we talked to you, you are now an American.
Yes, I am.
What the heck? That was so amazing. First of all, congratulations on your citizenship. Not because this country even deserves you, but because you put your mind to something and got it done and did it exactly the way that you wanted to do it. And I love it. So tell us a little bit about that process, why you wanted to do that, why it was important to you.
Man, I want to vote. I never voted. Even when I was in Mexico, I never voted. So I want to vote. I want to be an active member of society. I want to be able, when I get older, maybe in a couple of years, to have a job in where that is only for American citizens. Like if I'm going to be in this country, I want to be part of the difference. I just don't want to be like another person, be like complaining all the time. And, it's just like, oh, just things are the way that they are because they are the way that they are. Nah, like I'm going to invest where I think I need to invest my time, and my efforts. And it's like, that's one of the things that stopped me from doing a bunch of stuff when I was an activist, when I was living in Oakland, when I was a student in UC Berkeley, because I wasn't a American citizen. And also I wanted to show people that you have, or you can afford to do things while you do professional wrestling. And I remember when I first got my Lucha Underground check, I told my husband, Lucha Underground is going to pay for my citizenship. Watch me. So I save all my money and I send my stuff, and Lucha Underground pay for my work in Lucha Underground pay for my citizenship. And I just went for it and I did it. And the funny thing is that at the office here in San Antonio, they're big time fans of professional wrestling. So the lady, when she found out that I was a professional wrestler, first thing she asked me, do you want to be the keynote speaker for your ceremony? And I was like, absolutely.
She was like, I know this girl can cut a promo. That's what she said.
Bring all your to the ceremony. So here comes, with my big ass championships. And then the lady, she's one of like the main staff there. That shit was so heavy. And I'm like, trying to read my stuff, and I was like, you know what, here, take this, take it from me, thank you very much, and everyone is like, whoa, she's doing too much. So it was me and another lady that was from Brazil. She owns like 3 different Gracie Jiu-Jitsu gyms, and she had a tremendous story. She came from a very poor background too, and then she pretty much made all her life here in the United States, and she made all her wealth in the United States. And another interesting fact was that Chris Wolf was here when the week before my citizenship award, and she helped me write the 10-minute speech that I had to write, and I pretty much read the Hulk Hogan song at the end of my speech.
I miss Chris Wolf. Chris Wolf.
Yeah, Chris is a favorite of all of ours for sure.
I only got to see her once, and it was like the most amazing. Like, I was just like sat there in awe, and I went up to her afterwards, and she put me in a chokehold. But
biggest moment of Neef's life.
But the thing is, she had to jump onto the table almost to like reach over the table to get to me because she's only 4 foot tall. But it was just the energy, and I was just like, this is the most amazing thing in the world.
That's awesome.
This is insane. One of the most amazing people.
Yes, I met her too, but she's so far. She lives in Norway now.
Oh, in the middle of nowhere. Mel, so you not only you became the first Mexican NWA champ too.
Yes.
That's crazy. How did the NWA stuff come about? Like, what's Billy Corrigan like? Because I'm a huge Smashing Pumpkins fan, and like what just the whole NWA experience over there at NWA Power has seemed like just a rocket ship for you. And I wasn't expecting that. Like when I heard you were in NWA, I was like, oh, that's cool. They're using Mel. It's like I didn't realize they were going to strap a rocket to your back and send you to the moon. What's going on?
I was contacted by our ex-vice president, David Lagana, probably a year before they were having talks of bringing NWA to YouTube. And he talked to me. He's like, we have an opportunity for you. We'd like for you to come and try it out and see what you think. And then this is at the same time where I'm like in between, like, should I do WWE referee? Should I sign my contract for Lucha Underground? For
Wow. Combates.
This is happening, so I mean, there's always like this name comes out when bad news comes in is Dorian.
Mm-hmm. Dun dun dun.
My Triple Mania opponent.
So the Dorian hurricane happened in Florida, and I was supposed to be going for a WWE tryout for referee. Because at this precise time, which was in July, August, I wanted to quit wrestling. I just was like done. Like this Lucha Underground bullshit that happened. I asked for my release, and I was just kind of like, all right, I'm just gonna do indies. And I was just getting tired of traveling so much and like not getting the recognition that I felt I deserved. Which I'm not the only one who felt that way, by the way. And then I told one of my friends, hey bro, like, like if they want anything WWE, I'm willing to try anything at this point. Like, whatever, I'm a smart woman. I can make it anywhere I go. Yeah, whatever. So they call me from WWE, and then I'm just kind of like, oh my God, like they sent me this. I got the ticket. I had everything. Dorian or Hurricane happened. Then the vice president of NWA calls me, and he's like, we're ready to go on tapings. Are you interested? And I was just like, give me a second. And then Combat is like, you got to sign the contract because we want you to fight. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And then my stuff keep getting rescheduled for WWE. And I was like, you know what? This is a sign. This is a sign. I probably should have taken this. This is not for me. This is going to be for somebody else. Not for me, not this time. And I send them a really nice message. Thank you very much. Maybe in the future we can work something on. And then Brian gave me the whole speech of, you really think you can make a difference being a referee, Melissa? I mean, think about it. Knowing you really want to do that for the rest of your life? I mean, I will move anywhere. We'll move the kid, we'll move the dog. But is that what you really want to do? And I was just like, nah, I really want to fight. I mean, I've been training for like 4 months, And he's like, well, then do that, And then I was like, all right. So I sent the email, and I was just like, felt this like, oh man, what have I done? And then the next day, that's when the vice president was like, we want to offer you a contract, full-time contract for NWA. Are you in? And I'm just like, yeah, I'm in, but I am going to fight too. So you guys have to take that. And it's just like, absolutely, you can do both at the same time. And I was like, I'm in. Where do I sign? And that's how I signed up for NWA.
That's crazy. So is NWA doing any tapings right now? What are you doing with them now?
We are in a transitional period right now. Billy Corrigan, who is an excellent human being, and I have nothing but good things to say about him. I've been able to meet him in a different level than a lot of people have. And he's so smart and so kind and so in touch with his feelings, with his perception of wrestling is completely different than any other person, because he doesn't come from a wrestling background.
Right.
So that's why I understand him, because in his field of music, he's been one of the most successful musicians in the history. He had nothing. He came from nothing, and he's been able to make millions and millions of dollars with his band by himself. And he continues to create music, and he continues to do his art. And I learned so much from him in terms of when you have a vision, that you shouldn't be sacrificing your vision unless it's like strictly necessary, because I think what's going to take us to the next level. That's what's going to take the NWA to a level that has never been there before. And I'm not talking about like the 1960s, 1970s, 1980s. I'm talking about the new NWA needs to evolve, because as you guys know, we have a terrible history, treating certain people a certain way, and I think he's all about changing that mindset and being open for us to make a real change within the NWA. And that's one of the things I really admire of him.
That's awesome. And I am so happy to see you wearing that strap. Super proud of you.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And you need more straps in your life in general, more belts, bring them all. You did get one belt though in Lucha Underground. You got a trios title.
The trios champ, motherfuckers. And I have another. I'm the first international wrestler to earn the International Princess Championship of Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling.
That's right, Josie, bro.
Yeah.
I'm planning to defend it as soon as I can wrestle, by the way.
Yeah, I would imagine that traveling over there to defend it right now would be a little bit tricky.
Well,
yeah, that was,
man, I was supposed to go there twice this year. And COVID just like destroyed my plans about wrestling, but that's okay, whatever. But you know what, for me, is like, honestly, it's not about the straps. Like, I've seen a lot of people are like, oh my God, this woman has like, create a difference because she did this, she did that. She became the first female to get a male strap, whatever. It's not about that. It's not about what championship you held. It's what you do outside of the ring to really make a difference for the women that are behind you, that
right.
And I'm not talking about, just saying things on the internet. It's like really putting the work and really trying to change the things, not just because you're going to gain something for yourself, but it's because you're going to help all the other girls that are behind you to probably be in the same spot that you are. I know we all want to be there. We all want to be on the top. But sometimes you have to think about what's going to be best for everybody. And that's what I'm like, going back to what we were talking earlier, is like, for me, when they put this championship and I started learning more and more about the history of this championship, it is so important that we change the whole like, oh, well, the Fabulous Mula had it for 50 years. And we some of the behaviors that she displayed, they weren't the best for other females, and that's what we're trying to change, is like, we're trying to change it for the better. Not every woman that are in power are going to take advantages of other women because they want to get in that position. Like, that's not me. That's not me as a champion. On the contrary, I want to show that a real champion has to do things for the community, for your people, for other women, for other groups of people, if you can. And if that's from like the bottom of your heart.
Right.
But that's me. That's I'm a social worker. I'm continue to
But this is totally what I was talking about before. Is like, okay, it's one thing to clear out the bad, but it has to be, a new system has to be put into place. And we need the people who are coming up in the business and who have a name in the business like yourself now to give us the ideas and the fundamentals of what the business should be about and what maybe it should have always been about. It's not an easy process. It's a tricky thing to figure out and navigate, but you're doing the hard work.
No, and it's not because I don't have the millions of dollars that big companies have to like, promote that I'm helping other people. I don't want that. Like, there was an article written, I don't remember by who, but it's talking about when I first was crowned as the NWA champion, and they compare me to Lacey Ryan. Is she from WWE? The one that is like veteran.
Lacey Evans.
Lacey Evans. And they're like, yeah, she's going and doing all this volunteer work with like with WWE. But you see Thunder Rosa, going to like volunteer work in the Salvation Army without having the millions of dollars of backup and promotional stuff
Yeah,
to
you're
make
going
a difference
without
in
the
her
cameras.
community. You can still make a difference without having all these cameras and all these things. Is that's what you really want to do, with a strap or without a strap. And then you can still do, like there's I just talked about it on Thursday. One of my friends, Amanda, she's creating a wrestling coalition to create new rules and establish new things for HR for people not to be harassed,
Yeah.
And she's talked out of her own time and her own money to HR people, attorneys, and she's trying to develop this so we can implement it in different parts of the United States by calling out a stronger veteran women or men who are interested to talking to schools, whereas all the new wrestlers are going to come out and talk about these things so we don't have these issues like we used to have before. So that's the kind of change that I'm interested in. The one that we can actually, like you were saying, implementing something different. And yes, some people are not going to like it, but some things need to change. Not everybody's going to be on board, but it's not about who's not going to be on board. We're talking about all of those who are ready to make a change and to do something different for the business.
And look, I'm not afraid to say it. I know a lot of people are a little bummed about wrestling right now. That the predatory actions, the bullying, some of the old boys mentality that needs to change, some of the racism in the booking and, discrimination against people, the sexism in the business. I am not afraid to say flat out as a fan that it needs to change. But at the same time, it does not make me hate wrestling because there are lots of great people out there doing great stuff. I'm not going to punish the people that are still doing it, that are there, just because I'm bummed out that a couple of my favorites got outed for the nonsense that they did. That's just the way this business is sometimes. People that you like in the ring are playing a character. Just because I like Luke Skywalker in Star Wars doesn't necessarily mean I like what Mark Hamill does in his personal life. It's just that's the way it goes. And, I hope that all fans are hearing what you're saying, that have faith that a change is coming, that big things are happening across wrestling, that there are people out there like Thunder Rosa that are trying to take care of their piece of it and try to add positivity to it, and don't get totally turned off by wrestling because of the fact that there's been a system of some bad things that have happened in the past. It can change for the better, and it has been.
And if that's the case, sorry guys, we expose the business.
Yeah.
So we talk about the things that they told us not to talk about because it was taboo, because it was bad, because people were gonna be out of jobs. Of course, people are gonna be out of jobs, but at the same time, it's like for some who experience real harassment, stalking, being blackballed, all kinds of stuff, like. That's not fair. So some of them have worked so hard just to get one opportunity. And then that person don't like you because you told them to stop or no or something. And then, you just don't have anything. And then all you work for what? You have to it's so much. And it's right now it's so emotionally charged from both sides, and you just have to listen. You just have to educate yourself and re-educate others. And that's the only thing we can do. Otherwise, things are not going to change. And we're going to continue to have these issues in the future, in the very near future. As soon as we start running shows again, everybody's going to be running like we always have run. Only one female match, which is the ladies match with a 5-minute time limit, Fuck your 5-minute time limit. Let me tell you something. I can main event your show. And I can bring probably more people than the people that you book for your main event, straight up. And I've done it here in Texas, and I've done it in LA when I was a nobody. I went out, passed out flyers, drove 10 hours from Oakland to Los Angeles, stayed there for 5 days to pass out flyers and tell people to come to the show. That's what I did because I wanted to make sure that people know I'm worth a fucking penny when they told me I wasn't worth shit.
You are. That's the truth.
And for these other ladies to understand that we have to respect our business and we have to respect professional wrestling. This is what we do. This happened also in when you're fighting professional. Like if you don't sell tickets, they're not going to pay you what you're asking for. Straight up. They don't give a shit. And they tell you straight in your face, you're going to be in that cage beating somebody's ass and probably getting your ass beat too if you didn't train hard enough. And then you're going to be making enough money to feed your family if that's the only thing you're doing. So you got to put the effort to sell those tickets. And also to tell the people, this is what I deserve. Because I earned, So
you got to know your worth. You have to know your value. For sure. And it's hard when you're coming up to know what your value is. And you do have to put in a little bit of time and pay some dues. But at the same time, as you start to go up in any business, once you know your value, you have to work hard to maintain your value, show people that what your value is, but you also have to stand up for it. Tell them like, hey, my value is this. I can do this and this and this. And then you have to come through with that. And you've absolutely done that. You are the role model for like saying what your worth is and then going out and proving what your worth is.
Worked so hard, and I'm just not telling you. I didn't put, a dollar sign behind my name. My mom was a wrestler before me. My dad was a wrestler, a famous wrestler, or my brother was a wrestler. No, it's because I work my ass off, because I'm a fucking Mexican woman in an American market. And I don't even get the respect in my own country. What tells you right there is that I got to work harder than absolutely everybody else to put a value on my name. And if you're not going to listen to me because, I'm being outspoken or you don't going to like what I have to say, then okay, fine. I can do something else and make more money. This is like, if that's the case. But I love professional wrestling so much, and I spend so much time and I sacrifice so much that I'm not willing to give it up yet. And if this is me working a little bit harder to make extra money for this show, fine, I'm going to do that, because this is working on my personal goals, which is empowering other people to speak up, to be able to speak up and feel comfortable speaking up, for what the right thing is.
For what the right thing is. Yes.
Not just to like fucking create chaos. I'm talking about for the right things. I don't, when I talk to you, Justin, and I've said you things to you in a personal level, I don't lie to you. I tell you the truth.
Absolutely.
And every promoter that I work, I don't fucking spread rumors just for somebody to not have a job. If I know somebody is not a good person, I will let them know that person is not a good person. Because there's nothing worse than getting involved with people that they say they're good people, but they have other intentions, and you are not their best intention. It's to fuck you over at the end. And there's been so many people in the entertainment business. Now, I'm not only talking about in the professional wrestling business, and the entertainment business that do that. That they see any opportunity to fuck you over so they can get where they need to get.
Oh, they love to step over bodies. It is so very, very common in entertainment, as all of us can really tell you, dealing with it, that at a lot of levels, they will just step over your dead body because that's what benefits them for their climbing the ladder, or they'll dodge shit rolling downhill and let it hit you right in the face when you have no business taking any of it because it was completely them. It is part of the game. And so that being said, I do want to ask you, this is the last thing I really wanted to talk to you about. I want to talk to you about the gray area of the Thunder Rosa career here, the end of the Lucha Underground era, getting out of the contract, going over to WOW, being Cobra Moon when you got there, because I know you had to be disappointed that they still wanted you in the hood, but then that not even sticking and then turning into Serpentine. Like, what went on in this whole period, Mel? That was so weird.
Bro, I'm a worker, man. That's all I can tell you on that one. So when I asked to be released of Lucha Underground, I was asked by a group of people, and they were like, "Oh, you don't have to pay anything." I'm like, "I'm in. Where do I sign?" Like, I want to be free,
Free is free, especially if it gets you free.
Yeah, like, brother, I'm in this thing, And so I signed, and then everything. I had a conversation with somebody from the company, and they were like, "So what is it you want?" And I straight up said, "I don't want any problems. I have not been able to get any extra work with the sister company in Mexico because I don't think they see my worth. And you know what? I'm not here to like continue to like push it and just like, just get a little bit. Like, I know who I am. I know I've been all over the world. I worked on my own, and if you guys don't give it to me, I want to make this opportunities for myself, but I need my freedom. Okay. Right. Fine. I respect that because I'm not a person of like, I'm not a person of conflict.
I don't think people understand that either, because this is one of the interesting things I've always thought about your story, is that you actually were having kind of the opposite issue that everyone else was having. Is, a lot of these, the luchadors and luchadoras were trying to come into the States and wanted to be released because of that. But part of your problem was the fact that Lucha Libre wasn't really accepting you and they were looking at you more as like an American indie wrestler. So you had pretty much the exact opposite problem. These guys were all trying to get into the American indies, and you were like, well, if I'm not going to break into Mexico, then just let me go back to being the indie performer I was before.
Yeah.
So it's a very strange situation that you were in.
Yeah, because I wanted TV, you know, and even if it was like a pay-per appearance, I didn't care. Like, I just wanted my name to be out there, you know, because I was so limited. And I thought that Cobra Moon and this platform was going to like skyrocket my career. In a way, in a professional level, it did. But in a wrestling level, people still don't know that I was Cobra Moon. So I'm just like, man, I spent 4 years of my career thinking that this was going to help, and it didn't really help, you know. So whatever. I asked for my release. They were kind enough to give me my release, you know. And then from there on, I was like, yeah, I'm free. So at that time, because they were with Access, and I think I had to ask permission to be in the show. And they say, yeah, absolutely, you can be in the show. So I was as Cobra Moon, though, because I was going to do another character. But then they're like, no, we don't want you. We are going to give the mask to somebody else. And I designed the mask, like the gear, everything. And somebody else, and I was just like, fuck, man. Okay, whatever. So I do Cobra Moon. They only gave me like 3 matches, which I was pissed. That's another thing. Don't even get me started. I love my girls from WoW. Some of them are amazing talent. Some of them are just continue to learn. They have a great attitude towards professional wrestling, because a lot of them, they don't come from a professional wrestling background. They're like dancers, they're models, you know, and they're super sweet. But man, I was struggling. I was like, man, I'm like one of your most like seasoned talent. I can work American, I can work lucha style, and then you give me 3 matches because you didn't have a storyline for me. I was like, there you go. That's the respect that I get. You know, that's what, like, every time, bro, every time is the same thing. Just like slap in the face, like, oh, you're good, but you're not good enough because we have somebody else better than you know?
Yeah, I mean, especially that first season there, it did seem like you were a bit of an afterthought. But then, so why did it go from Cobra Moon to Serpentine? Was that after you were let go from the contract and they still wanted to keep the same gimmick, or what? It was strange.
This is the same thing, you know, like around the same time we were supposed to do the second season. And then I went and talked to David, and I was like, hey, man, you know what? I'm getting out of my contract. I don't want to do nothing to do with Lucha Underground or Cobra Moon, but per se. But my husband and I, we think we should, since you already introduced as like a snake kind of thing, get a cousin, you know? I mean, because they don't want me as want their own character. They want to sell merchandise. I get it. He wants to sell his own merchandise. He doesn't want to pay me. I have my stuff trademark, you know? So they created Serpentine. And it was like,
I don't know that McLean could have paid you even if he wanted to. He didn't have that kind of loot then.
So we did Serpentine, and I came on that that was like September last year. I came in and I was like, oh man, I wish they only give me 2 matches so I can just chill, you know, just hang out with the girls, watch all these matches. It's gonna be fantastic. I come in and like, you have 7 matches, and I'm like, because I told you, I'm like, fuck, I have 7 matches. And then I think I was coming from Japan. I just came, like, I was fresh from Japan too.
I think so.
And then I had all my, you know, MMA stuff going on. So I was just like so stressed out. I
remember when we saw you, the first thing you said was, I am so tired, bro. I've done so many matches. And then you were like, well, yeah, which ones have you guys been here for? What have you seen? And we had seen a few of them, and it was just like, you were just like, okay, I'm cool. I think I'm done. I think I got one more match this week and then I'm out.
Yeah, it was rough, but in that season, man.
Well, you know, honestly, it's kind of crazy because I thought the same thing about the Cobra Moon thing too. I was like, okay, this is going to be the thing. But honest to goodness, the Thunder Rosa name is way bigger now than the Cobra Moon name ever was. You're the NWA champ. You have gone around the world. You're starting your own all-female promotion, Mission Pro. You've seriously just killed it. You never stopped. You never let any of these things hold you back, hold you down, keep you from doing everything. You got another fight. Do we know when the fight is coming up?
No, I mean, I was supposed to fight in September 11. It was going to be an all-female card in a closed studio.
Wow.
But I heard a month ago. So I have not been able to train 100%, you know, and I told my coach, you know, coach, I want to, my next fight, I really want to feel ready. And I'm talking about from the moment I start my fight camp to the moment it ends, you know, because this is all my work is going to be scheduled around my fight. And that's what's going to be for the future too. Like I'm saying a lot of no's to a lot of bookings because I want to make sure that first I get paid what I deserve as a NWA champion. And two, that is worth my time because this is like, sometimes I have to take 2 days off from training, which will affect me in the future in the octagon, you know? So it's like, I have to be very mindful of what I do outside of MMA. But, I mean, the plan is to fight this year.
Right. Okay. This is probably a good time for it too. I mean, you can get healed up. You've got the time now and hopefully get some training in before your schedule gets super busy at the beginning of the next year, like I feel it's going to be.
No, I've been training the whole entire time. I just do stand up right now. And like, I practice my entrances and stuff like that. My entrance for takedowns.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing jiu-jitsu right now. But everything else I'm doing, I have not stopped. I mean, I have Brian who'll be like, are you going to go to the gym today? Why are you not going? It's not hurting. What are you doing? You know, no excuses. And this little mofo, he lost 30 pounds. That's how, you know, motivated he is too. You know, to be part of the journey together. You know, he's getting his sexy bod back. You know, but it's like we're doing this.
Killing it.
Yeah, we're doing it as a family. So it's always been that way. So yeah.
Well,
man.
when you do those entrances, get somebody to show you how to pummel under, do a barrel roll with an inside leg trip. It works great. People never expect it's coming because they're all too busy up here thinking you're going to Muay Thai clinch them. But then if you barrel roll them with an inside leg trip at the same time.
I saw that on Instagram yesterday and I was like, oh my God, it's so cool.
It is. And don't get me wrong, people are going to catch on to it soon, but I've been seeing a lot of people like pulling it off and people just don't expect it. Because if you step out to the right, you can block it pretty easy, but nobody does.
Yeah, they're worried. Like I said, we're always worried about this, you know?
Yeah.
You forget about the rest.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. So where can people find you? Like you've got the YouTube channel. That's fire, by the way. If you're not watching Mel's vids on YouTube, you are messing up real bad. She got interviews on there. She got personal stuff, wrestling stuff, all sorts of stuff. Guests.
Tell them that if you guys know a craft beer company that would like to sell me beer that wants me to do a video, I'm 100. I love crafted beer. Like I love it, and that's what I like. My dirty little secret I've been doing lately.
One will know. One's a bit Zabeda. One will know.
Juan.
Yeah.
If you can't understand the Meatloaf accent, Juan Zapata.
Oh no, he's one of her biggest fans in San Antonio.
Yeah. Let them to send me the stuff. But yeah, you can find me on thunderrosa.net. You can purchase all my merchandise there and see my calendar of events where I'll be wrestling. And then you can also find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at thunderrosa22 and on YouTube, which I have a live feed later at 5:00 Central Time.
Well, that'll have been 2 days before this airs, but go and watch the live feed anyway, guys. Go watch the tape.
Every Saturday.
Every Saturday you do that?
I try to do it every Saturday right now, but because I'm not working, so I'll just do it Saturdays, and there's no wrestling. But when I wrestle, I usually change it. And my videos come once a week, either on a Tuesday or on a Thursday around 8 p.m. Like I just haven't been able to edit another video because I've been so busy working on this, and hopefully by this week we'll be done with my business plan, with our 2-year vision of the show, booking all our show, and announcing where they can get the tickets, and everything. But we are so excited. Thank you for giving me all this time, guys. I miss you so much. You guys have no idea.
Love it.
We all miss you.
And give our best to Robin too. I'm really excited that she's coming in to work with you on this one.
And she's excited. We're giving her a couple of challenges. We're a little picky on some things, but
good.
But it's all good, man. It's an all learning experience. Like with MMA, like I don't want to live my life regret that I didn't try and I attempt or I didn't do them, and then say, man, I wish I would have done that. Like I want to be 50 years old and say I tried and I did everything I wanted to do before I retired and be a boring person, which I think I won't be, honestly.
Well, that's why you are La Mera Mera. You are the boss chick for real now. Keep it going.
Yes. And just, guys, the most important part from everything is just keep supporting those who you know are making a difference. I know that's like my biggest thing when I see certain people doing certain stuff or like getting all this press, and I know in the bottom of my heart what the real deal is, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna say anything because life will change things, but we're running in the right path right now, guys. That's all I have.
Love
to say.
it. Thank you so much. Best to be back there too, and Drago snoring in the background.
Snoring so hard. I had my anxiety vest, so that like chills him out. Like, or I am like this.
Get him some little doggy CBD or melatonin or something. Get him chill out.
He's taking that. Like he is taking that. Like see guys, I'm a social worker everywhere I go. We got this kid, and then man, he's a lot of work. We're gonna start training him too. We want him to have a better life.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by. Thunder Rosa, appreciate you. Champ, double champ, trios champ, the champ. Thank you so much, and good luck with everything for Mission Pro 2. And if you need anything from us, you let us know. When you guys are doing a show, if you want to come on, promote, drop anything, you always welcome, anytime.
Okay, we don't need luck. We just need you guys to support it and promote it. Okay?
Done.
Absolutely.
We need all
Done. Tick.
All right. Good day.
Cheers.
Take care.
Bye.
Lucha-masks.com, in partnership with Mask Republic, give you personal protective masks to keep you Lucha strong in the fight versus COVID-19. With world-class luchadors Blue Demon Jr., the Lucha Brothers, LA Park, Ultimo Dragon, Cain Velasquez, Conan, and so much more. Head to lucha-masks.com and you too can become a masked warrior. Lucha-masks.com, powered by Pro Wrestling Revolution.
Bumps and Bruises isn't getting screwed over, are they? They're still going to be around, right?
I mean, they haven't had a show in a long time.
But they're going to be like the new bar wrestling.
Beef is going to be
right?
so bumped. He came back all excited. He was wearing the same mask he spent all that time to put on.
I mean, the thing with Bumps and Bruises is that they don't run regularly, so
Right.
I don't know if they can overtake Bar, but they had some of the same people from Bar.
Oh no, Jim.
That's amazing.
I was wrong at first, me.
That's amazing.
Byron, please include that in the show. You got
Jim. Jim has the best one though. Jim has the black and gold, which is fantastic.
Oh, welcome back. Yeah, so at lucha-mask.com, you can get a mask, but look at these guys. Look at the Bandito brothers up here. What's going on, guys? This is amazing. So, me, Byron, and Casey just got our lucha-mask.com orders in, and we were going to talk about them. So we told these guys, oh, throw on some masks real quick, and they both went away, and they came back looking like this. It was amazing.
Yeah.
It's like they showed up in the same dress at a party, which has also happened.
Okay, so I told Kleinrock that there was no way in hell I was going to put this mask on and not tell people what I really thought about it. And there's a reason why I ordered Taurus.
Because
You're
you're
awesome.
Sexual.
Well,
Because
Taurus
you're
is
furry.
awesome. But what did you get, Byron?
I have the Penta El Cero Miedo Red Dragon mask because Pentagon fucks, and it's been really lonely during this quarantine.
Okie dokie. Let's go to Casey. Casey, which one did you get there?
I got Hayabusa, the Japanese legend.
I think Jim's got one of those too somewhere, right?
I mean, it might be arriving in the mail today, so hopefully I get it.
Yeah. And
Apparently, when I tweeted it, everyone thought I was Glacier, and his mask is very different. Very
oh
different.
my God, that's hilarious. And Meatloaf, you have one coming to you too, but it's all the way in England, so it's going to take 4 months since you guys have now said the U.S.
Hey,
came.
no.
Please tell me it's the Disco Inferno one. Please.
I got the what do you call it? I got my Phantasma mask maybe a day or two after the guys in America.
Oh, sweet. So, and I've also ordered a Ray Phoenix one. I think that.
Oh, that's gonna be really good.
the
I have
Phoenix Dark one. Dark
I have one
Phoenix,
of the-
whatever.
I have one of the Masquerita ones coming.
Oh, that's so good. That one.
But so I ordered Taurus specifically for a reason. I'm going to actually take it off and show it to you guys a little bit because it's Oh, there we go. It's kind of a crazy mask because it's latex. It's like a regular, Halloween type mask or something, but it's super professionally done. And then it's got this lining in here. Yeah. So, and here's the thing: we're never going to endorse a product without saying what we actually think about it. So I'm going to tell you the reason why I ordered this is because I said to myself, "Dang, if there's a mask that they're selling right now at Lucha-Mask.com that is crazy and maybe impractical, it's got to be this one." So I want to find the one that most likely has the most stuff wrong with it. And I got to tell you, it is surprising. And the Drago one was the other one. It is surprising how well you can actually breathe in this.
Yeah.
I will say, however, though, that I feel like the elastics were made for somebody with maybe Byron's size head because the bottom elastic is not tight on me. I have to, tie it off.
Justin, you got the thong version.
Oh,
that's not the mask. That's for the balls. That one's
This one,
that strap's supposed to go up your ass.
Oh, that's really comfortable. Oh my god,
ball in the sheets. A ball in the sheets.
I like how you put it on sitting down.
Oh,
no, he stands up.
No, I'm just. I have long arms. I can reach down and slide it up. Right, I'm just not like I was wearing pants to begin with. Jesus,
I gotta say, me and Byron, ours are kind of similar in that I find it very great to breathe in this, right, Byron? You good too?
Yeah. Mine's really great to breathe in. I've worn it out a bunch of times.
And it has a lining on the other side. For those of you, flip yours around, Byron. Show them the lining.
It's darkness.
Does it have the pockets, or is it just lined and you wash it?
It's just lined and you wash it.
Okay.
I don't know if this one is going to be washable, to tell you the truth. Like, I might just clean it out or something, but it's the lining doesn't really come out, and it is. Lysol. I don't know. Maybe it could go.
Yep,
you got to be careful. You got to be careful when you wash them.
Well, now I will say that when I opened this one, it smelled a little chemically. I let it air out before I put it on. I Lysoled it pretty good, but I mean, it's molded latex, so it's like.
And actually,
It smells like a costume shop. Is what it smells like.
There's a reason it smells like that, Byron. This is where you need to insert the video of me wearing Justin's mask over my dick before we send it to him. Byron, insert that right here, please.
Yeah, please don't do that. Anyway, so
don't take that, Byron. Insert that right here, please, quote, and use it for any other kind of purpose that you may have. That is not consent.
These masks are great. They're Lucha Masks.com. I want to thank Kevin.
Yes.
For hooking us up.
Absolutely beautiful too. Can you see how sparkly this is, dude? Like, this is like
they're great collector's item, I think.
Yeah, not even shilling. I would say that for the $35 for this as a Taurus item, like, look, you're not going to get a full Taurus mask for $35.
Honestly, where are you going to get Taurus anything though? Because the dude barely has any merch. Like, that's
truth.
Official. This is the only official Hayabusa mask ever.
Should get an autograph.
Yeah, really.
Byron, log yourself out.
No, it's a fun product. It's like, look, sadly, if you're looking at the numbers these days, it looks like we're going to be wearing masks for quite a while. If that is your political belief to wear a mask, but for those who are Lucha Libre fans, most of them believe in masks and.
Joint exclusive.
Justin, can we do
it's a fun cool
if you don't believe in masks to stop listening to our show? Can we make that a statement?
Austin Aries.
We want everyone to listen to our show.
Low Key and Austin Aries are not listeners of this show, so fuck them.
I will say this about this show for
everyone. Our numbers go down by 2.
The opinions of the hosts on this show do not necessarily reflect the entire show, but I will never stop anybody on this show from having their opinion. If you want to say fuck Austin Aries, you're absolutely entitled.
Apart from Byron, though. Let's not let Byron have an opinion.
Yeah, that whole consent should be 12 thing that he talks about. We got to get that out of there.
Yeah, we definitely do. I agree.
So do you want an exclusive about these masks as well?
Sure. Give them to me.
Can I say? There's going to be a really...
We are taping. We can edit it out if you say something stupid.
There's a really, really nice one coming soon that I helped create.
Oh, it's the one with the MMMshow ball sack. Yeah.
No. It's clearly a pair of purple panties.
And it's no. It's not Phantasma related.
What?
All I'll say is it's Phoenix related. And you might be able to see it over my shoulder.
The giant dude's dick?
No.
Yeah, is it a big black package over your mouth?
Well, there's a mask that I have that you all always want.
Is it?
I think I know which one.
Venom?
Hey,
Venom?
hey.
So basically, you're telling me I fucked up by getting the Dark
say-
Phoenix one now.
Don't say it's Venom or Dark Phoenix when we have a Marvel employee on the show.
Jesus Christ.
No, Dark Phoenix. Dark Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix is the legit name written down with an F. So shove that up your lawyer's
Dark
ass.
Phoenix.
Not yours, Jim, but
Not Dark Phoenix.
Sparkles.
Which, by the way,
our legal department is also has marks in it. So,
oh, good.
Come on, Phoenix is back under the Marvel umbrella now too. By the way, buddy, it's back. They got X-Men back.
Hey,
who made the Phantom?
Yeah,
that is King Syndicate owns them.
Okay.
Yes, they also own Mandrake.
Get Marvel to buy them out and put them into out of business.
Hey, dude.
Okay,
Marvel just got Predator, so shit's about to get real.
Oh,
Casey, you've got your Hayabusa mask. You still have hairy balls, though. Is Kevin Kleinrock still on the Wall of Shame, and if so, why?
The balls?
Imagine. That's all I'm saying.
What?
So you're keeping Kevin Kleinrock on there, even after the Hayabusa mask, he's still on there because your balls are hairy?
Yeah, and also, like, I feel like it said July was when those Boss Fight Studios Legends of Lucha Libre series figures were supposed to come out.
Fuck is my
Where the fuck are my figures? It's July 3rd as we're recording this. You know, I paid for them already. They're not even freebies that I want. I just want.
I paid £80 delivery.
I want my fucking luchadors, Legends of Lucha.
Yeah, I'm sending all my figures to Casey from now on.
God damn it, Kev.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you're listening to this, bro. I tried to get you off the hook, but man, Kevin Kleinrock is still on the Wall of Shame. But I'll tell you who's above him on the Wall of Shame. Still Jojo Feeney.
Nah, dude. You know what? He got us mentioned on the show by fucking us over, so I love that guy.
Yeah.
I think that was
Kevin.
Disco's doing, and Disco and Kevin pushed that agenda, you know, because Disco knows that we would put him over and we would give him 2 compliments before we asked him a question.
Yeah, honestly,
we'll say it was Conan because he messaged me literally days before going on the show. So,
but did Conan say that he would follow you if you followed him? Was that
no? He just asked me if I watched the show, even though my previous messages from him were if I watched the show.
All right. All right. I don't know if Conan might be running his social media from Iran. Let's just say that.
I think he runs a lot of his stuff
confirmed.
Dude, you know how much dumb shit people have to be sending him for him doing that promotion that he'll follow people back? I would never do that. I never would do that. He's a good, brave man for doing that.
Wait, where's Meatloaf going when I need to ask about the next person on the Wall of Shame, which is wrestling, all pedos, all
he's
pedos,
got to put back his mask.
Bullies.
He has to put his mask back.
Cristo, what are you doing?
I wanted to vote for Kevin off of the Wall of Shame, and then I wanted to vote again for JoJo on the Wall of Shame. If you're asking all of us, while Meef is doing whatever he's doing, he's wandering around like his cat.
All right, so Meef missed his opportunity to speak on Brit wrestling, all pedos, predos, perverts, and bullies in wrestling.
It's still going, but
that means he fully supports British pedophilia.
They're still on the Wall of Shame.
A lot of them have been fired now. There's still a few investigations going on.
But whole companies are dead now, yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And some who are still trying to go ahead, kind of now being called out by other companies, and we just don't think they'll ever be able to come back.
I don't think so. I mean,
no.
It's bad. But, you know, hopefully it means that the people that do come through and build a better place for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know
All right,
I mean?
I'll tell you who is still on the list. Our friends Jeffrey Briggs and JT Wilcoxon, Vice President of WZW and Lucha Underground Wrestling.
I don't know who those guys are.
No one knows who those guys are.
They never will.
They're the guys that filed the fucking trademark for Lucha Underground Wrestling. They added a word to Lucha Underground, filed a trademark, and have told us via email that they're going to buy the library and rights for the other portions of Lucha Underground and bring back all of our favorites that are still available. Yeah, whatever.
Can I make an announcement? I've just bought the rights to World Wrestling Entertainment Wrestling.
Thank you. I'm going to buy the rights to World Wildlife Fund and then just bring back the old WWF. How about that?
As long as Antar is involved, you got my money.
But with our favorite panda. I agree with you, Meef. With our favorite panda.
Ultima.
All right, we added Tessa Blanchard last week, who couldn't even phone it in and got herself fired.
I have a theory.
Is she still on the list?
I have a theory.
What?
I think that she probably kind of figured she could get a contract. So why would she do anything to make her Impact contract? So I mean, there's
a little bit, but I get what you're saying.
She might be working for a much better, bigger employer within a few months.
Okay, look, and I get her not showing up to drop the belt. She only had 3 days left on her contract anyway. But the fact that they asked her to phone in some stuff, even if you're walking out on your contract, just phone it in. Like, cut a promo, go into business for yourself, but still send the promo. Send something.
Hold on, does she?
Where's she going to go? WWE don't want her. They got rid of her already. And AEW, they ain't gonna have her.
Does she do cameos by any chance? Is the
WWE, I think, is rumored to have interest in her.
It would have been hilarious if Impact bought a cameo of her saying what they wanted.
That would have been hilarious.
They're not shooting outside the box enough, is what I'm saying.
I'm pretty sure she did a photo shoot, some sort of thing with Selena De La Renta during that whole time. I saw Selena because she posts a lot and hustles a lot. She's like,
that could have been old though. That could have been much older because that's just like trapped down
around to each other.
She has fans like pay money to give suggestions or directions or requests.
That's called a custom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
wasn't the one about
not a fetish video, as Thunder Rosa has explained to us. That's a different thing. It's not a fetish video. It's a custom.
They cost more.
Customs cost more.
No, the fetish.
I see. You would know these things, Meef.
You're the expert, Meef. You're the expert.
I don't know about these OnlyFans accounts and these custom videos and fetish videos or whatever it is that you're into. You tell me what you guys do with purple panties, and I'll just follow your lead.
Meef, if you want them to wear something, do you still just mail it to them, or because of the COVID thing, do you give them the money for them to buy the outfits themselves?
Okay, so I'm going to ask if we should add this next person to the wall of shame before Byron gets himself added to this thing.
Yeah.
I'm asking what Meef does.
Yeah, no. Should we add David Lagana, former now NWA vice president and main booker? We just heard Thunder Rosa talking a little bit about NWA, and she said, and I didn't want to put her on the spot about this, which is why we did not talk with her about this last week. And it was honestly, I think it was happening the day.
Yeah, it was.
It was literally happening at the time when we interviewed her. And it's not, I don't want her to comment on it. This is a guy that gave her a shot and kind of put her on, but she's also friends with Liz Savage. So I didn't want to put Mel in that mix at all. And nor should she have to be. No one should have to be put in an uncomfortable position with any of these things. But Liz Savage is someone that I do personally know. She's never been anything but super duper cool to me. She used to come to Lucha Underground shows all the time. And she put out some accusations about David Lagana, about him trying to push up on her when they were in a cohabitating scenario where they were not intimate with each other, but he tried to turn the corner and she said no. And then he fucked with her and he fucked with her business and kicked her out on the street and did some other stuff. Now that has come to light, he has stepped down from being the NWA vice president, but he was also their main booker. He was really kind of the main guy at NWA. He was the guy responsible for the storylines on Power and what the good stuff that honestly they've done with television recently. So do we put David Lagana on the list for his scenario here?
Well, Justin, I'm glad you asked, because first of all, I'd like to say, even though I had blocked her on Twitter for asking me to be on the podcast with Brandon, since he's blocked on Twitter, I fully believe and support Liz Savage in this, and she's brave for doing it. She's good for stepping out and sharing. But I got to talk a little bit about some alleged stuff, okay?
Okay.
Not involving her, but involving the other person in question. I feel weird even mentioning the name in the same sentence. I don't want to like get legal issues or anything. But there was a little book called Ring of Hell that had allegations against Dave Lagana in them. In the book, a published book that you could get at Barnes & Noble and buy it. You know what year that book came out?
When was that?
2008.
Jesus.
And people still hire this guy. So let me tell you, not only was this book published, but Paul London's done interviews talking about the allegations, mentioning them. They completely match up with what's in the book. And now this comes out. Okay. So it's like
smoke and fires.
Yeah.
Multiple fires. And this is something that, I mean, there's been allegations around for at least 12 years, and that's just when it's been published in the book. So,
well, I will say this: the one slightly admirable thing about this is the fact that he doesn't seem to be fighting it. He seems to have just stepped away, and I think is acknowledging that this is a bigger issue, and that the performers that are currently in NWA should not be affected by what is going on with him. Now, it leaves them with a huge void, so they have to restructure everything they're doing. Hopefully, Billy Corrigan is capable of doing that or finding somebody who can do that, because, you know, I don't know that that's really his wheelhouse.
And allegedly, the person that he was allegedly creeping on was employed in 2005 in WWE.
Yeah.
So, which is Mordecai, Kevin Fertig, allegedly.
Allegedly.
I think we've said allegedly enough times. I think people know how we really fucking feel about this. I think it's fucked up. I think it's shitty. And I think people should have cut ties 15 fucking years ago. But here we are.
All right. So that's one vote for putting Lagana on the wall of shame from Case. Anybody have any objections to putting him on the wall of shame?
Pin him up there. Pin him up there.
All right. There it is. Wall of shame. Jojo Feeney, Kevin Kleinrock, somehow, Brit Wrestling, Pedos, Predos, Perverts, and all bullies in wrestling, Jeffrey Briggs, JT Wilcox, and Tessa Blanchard, and now Dave Lagana.
Okay, I officially take Kevin Kleinrock off of the list because I don't want him sharing that company.
Oh, look at that, Kleinrock! We found somebody so bad that you actually get off the list.
Found the loophole.
You found the
I'll only do
loophole.
it for a mask.
All right, Kevin, you're off the list, but these guys still want their figures, so don't blame me. I have nothing to do with it.
Shit.
Yeah. No, I still want my.
Where the fuck are
Figures list.
I think it's
July
fair to,
3rd.
I think it's
The
fair to
naughty step. We need a naughty step. There
it's
we go.
fair to wait to mid-July, I think, for that.
Oh, no, that's bullshit. I was
No, it
promised.
says July.
I bought
No,
these
that's
figures
what we
like 7 years ago, it feels like.
I know that's when I bought them too. I'm about to buy
December 12th or something, wasn't it?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to buy some New Japan ones. I think I'm going to get Okada, Naito, and
All I'm saying is don't make me buy the AEW figures and review those ones on this show. Don't make me do it.
I'm going to, because Cody is a friend and Brandy is a friend, and I think that they would like the honest feedback. I think that they are genuinely the kind of people that would like to hear what a real collector thinks about their action figures and how poopy they are.
Jericho looks like Mike Olson.
You know what though? Cody and Brandy look great. Those figures are awesome. They knew who to get right and who to kind of.
Well, yes, those know what side their bread's buttered on. Apparently,
I mean, it was also mentioned from Jeremy Padower that lighting has a lot to do with how it affects how these figures look in pictures. And I've seen the examples, and it's worlds different.
That's why I started getting funky lighting for myself so that I look better.
yeah.
The Jericho one was bad because of the foil, the gold foil.
I thought Jericho's was bad because he looks like he's shitting his pants.
I thought the Jericho's was okay.
Face.
But the Ray Phoenix one, the AEW version, is pretty bad. I think the
one that's on the commercial.
Yeah, I'm really glad I'm glad we got the Lucha Brothers that we got. It's interesting. It's going to be interesting, to see their toys. I guess toys are interesting.
It's kind of cool that they're all in scale with each other and they can all play with each other. Though I do wish the boss fight studio ones were in the other scale that they do, the Vitruvian hacks, because those toys are awesome. Those are 3 3/4 inch scale, so like G.I. Joe size, Star Wars size. I wish we had a line, hint of.
We need Luchador over Vitruvian hacks.
I wish they had the New
Put
Japan
machines.
Death Rider Mox, and I wish Mox was still Death Rider. I don't like his AEW gimmick, by the way.
I really wish that Predator alpha figure in the UK came with the code so I could have it on Predator Hunting Grounds.
I wish that my Predator alpha figure didn't fall off my entertainment center and now his mask is somewhere under my TV that I'm going to have to dig for.
Hey, Meef, I will tell you this, though. I have had several people ask me if they could buy the Outlaw Funko Pop.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
And there's only one, so it's not for sale, but...
No, there's two.
There's two.
Byron wanted them for butt plugs.
Oh, that's...
I have the whole set. It's the banner on one of our social medias.
Yes, I know.
I think
they're not. The one I have is not for sale.
Casey got the best one.
Casey's not for sale either.
It's giant purple dildo.
You hear that, Klein Rock? Casey's not for sale.
Oh,
if you want
stop
one,
it. He could buy you with a freaking razor for your balls in a heartbeat. It's that easy.
Honestly, at this point, I'd probably hurt myself and he'd be back on the list.
Did you say thank you to him for the generous gift that he sent you?
I did, and then I said, how the fuck did you get my address, stalker? No, I've ordered stuff from Lucha Shop in the past, but I know that's not how he got my address. I know one of you guys sold me out since it seems all of you picked which masks you wanted. So
we gave him your personal Facebook account and told him all of your real names and gave him your address and phone number and mother's maiden name. And
dude,
and now he's gonna post it all over Twitter.
Honestly, me and Kevin have been Facebook friends for like years and years and years. So yeah.
No, I gave him your home address and I told him which one you wanted.
Hey, you guys want to talk about Aztec Warfare? Do you guys want to talk about Aztec Warfare?
I really don't. Let's wrap the show up.
Let's talk about figures. Let's become a figure podcast.
Oh, but I love talking about figures. I kind of want to talk about Aztec Warfare, but first we should probably take our last break of the show. Let's hear it.
If you're listening to this and you haven't visited luchacentral.com, it's time to do it. LuchaCentral.com is the online home for Lucha Libre, where you can get all of the top news in English and in Spanish. Find the best curated video content and original content not seen anywhere else. Find when Lucha Libre events would be happening in your area. Find photo galleries from top photographers covering Lucha Libre around the world. From weekly polls to annual awards. Seen and read by top executives in all of the major Lucha Libre promotions across the globe. And on top of that, it's free. LuchaCentral.com, your centralized place for all things Lucha Libre.
Figurines.
Y'all see my figures over here?
You guys got to read this Ring of Hell.
That was racist.
It's very
figures with attitude
and fucked up. And it
does.
does.
Say figures with the R.
Figures with attitude. That's a funny joke.
That should be our podcast. Our toy podcast.
FWA.
FWA. I love it. Figures with attitude.
Just a little action, man.
You just have to say, and you just say it straight as hell. Like, yeah, these are my figures with attitude.
And it's like Hardcore Holly and Steve Blackman and
I would need someone to randomly put in more things, though.
At least Steve Blackman has the right name.
Oh, speaking of the N-word, they finally made a Stone Cold Masters of the WWE Universe, but you have to buy Hulk Hogan to get it.
That raises
They come with a ring. They come with the Snake Mountain ring. Like the ring I have now is Castle Grayskull, and that one's Snake Mountain. And Stone Cold got scary snake eyes.
And the hands.
Yeah, and snake hands.
You know, I got a picture of Cody Rhodes, and I'm going to tell my son that was Hulk Hogan.
So like I was saying, Josh, bro, this episode's running a little long, so deal with it. Because we're going to talk about Aztec Warfare, because all 4 of these motherfuckers here made me watch wrestling again. I didn't want to watch wrestling again. I was going on like 2, maybe 3 weeks not watching wrestling. I was happy. I was playing Fist of the North Star. I was reading comic books and shit. I even built a Lego TIE Fighter helmet. It was pretty awesome. But no, these guys are like, oh, we got to do a podcast. They sent you a free mask, so you better do it.
Hey, I didn't say that shit. That must have been Byron over there.
Actually, that's just what I felt from the inside. Like, that's how I felt you guys were judging me, even though you didn't come out and say it. So I watched this little episode of Lucha Underground.
What'd you think? Was it worth coming back to wrestling for the very first Aztec Warfare case?
Oh, dude, it was so fun because, like, first of all, they're like, this is Aztec Warfare. Anyone can win. Here comes Cortez Castro. Here comes Ricky Mandel.
Dude, I had my money on Bale when that first aired.
Oh, yeah. Bale, who was biting people. But
he's a real B-boy as well.
Oh, my God. We got to talk about those. So Cisco gets this little cholo.
Yeah.
It rolls in solo. Stryker said that. Stryker said this little cholo rolls in solo.
That was Matt Stryker doing commentary with Vampiro because I thought it was fucking Louis Armstrong.
And then this little cholo rolls in solo. And then he did say what was the Cisco one? Oh,
he's a
real B-boy from the street.
In real life, yeah.
What?
You know what? First of all, if you're going to pander to the smart fans, that's disgusting, Matt Stryker. That's disgusting. With your gravelly ass voice.
And he talks about Ricky Mandel as well, being a big time American wrestler in California.
And then they're like, no, that was Buddy Landel. Oh,
like there was just
Ricky Marvin.
I grew to really like Stryker later. But I'm here to tell you
that makes one of us, Justin.
And
because he stole the wrestling name game championship.
Here we go again.
By forfeit because
you didn't show up.
I was following his former career path.
Showing up is half the qualification of winning.
Okay, listen, dude, you got to watch fucking.
I mean, Tommy Dreamer was in the building.
It's the easiest part.
Stryker felt like we had attacked his ego. What were we going to do?
Oh, yeah. Look, first of all, Byron, showing up isn't half the battle. Knowing is half the battle. And the other half is violence.
Byron, can we roll in the clip of what Stryker had to say when he took the crown from Casey? Can we roll that in right here?
No.
Fine.
That's too much work, Byron. Don't do it. And also, Matthew Stryker, if that is your real name, and it's not.
Dude. Don't say that. Wrestlers' names are all real.
Dude, it's going to be awesome when we get the other Matt Stryker and have him on the show and I fucking destroy him. The one with the eyebrows, the Stryker with the Y.
Or just some random person from Iowa.
I remember that. And you know who would give themselves a name of an already existing wrestler? Someone who sucks at the wrestling name game.
Wow, this is tremendous. This is what we're not even supposed to be talking about this right now, but this is so tremendous. The heat between Casey and Stryker is palpable.
On that same topic, have you guys Googled cats with eyebrows?
Yes, I have. And some of those are fake though.
No, they're all real.
No, dude, the one with the mustache, there's another picture later down that he doesn't have the eyebrows. They added the eyebrows.
Why do you guys use the power of the internet for evil? There's so much good out there. There's like rainbows and like episodes of My Little Pony on YouTube.
I'm sorry that we're not.
Wait a minute. Well, first it's K-pop and now it's bronyism. I mean,
no, bronyism has been around for a while, dude.
No, but I mean Justin's actual tastes.
All right, so the Aztec dancers and the live Aztec music, I thought was a great touch for Aztec Warfare, and I thought it was cool that they used that for the entrance.
And I thought it was
announcement
cool
for each guy.
How
being directed as well.
How Dario claimed to invent this match makes me think Krista Joseph's never seen some All Japan in his life, but whatever.
Okay, so what is the difference here? Like, it's got a little bit of a Royal Rumble format.
It has pinfalls and submissions instead of over the top rope elimination.
Correct. Which is cool, because then you get like little mini matches actually in here. Guys have to roll out credibly instead of just taking
But it's
breathers.
cool, All Japan's just been doing that shit since the 1970s, but Dario invented it. He's a heel, he can lie, it's fine.
Are you questioning the estimable Christopher DeJoseph on his writing style and technique of this particular match. KZ,
don't I do that every single week we do this show?
I thought it was.
I think you do it every week when we don't even do the show.
Yeah.
Since we're action figure podcast now, speaking of DeJoseph, didn't we isn't there a Chris DeJoseph action figure?
No, that's a big Dick Johnson action figure.
Oh no.
Maybe we can pop it up on a Twitter, Justin.
Wow.
No, we can't.
We have the picture.
No, that would ban us. That would ban us from.
This is a man that I have the utmost respect for.
Oh,
Byron.
me too. I love DJ, and he said he would do the show if the rest of you guys weren't assholes, and here we are.
There's only one of us on this dais right now that has been banned and blocked by Christopher Joseph.
Mm-hmm. No, in all honesty, it probably should be me, but he actually respects my opinions because I don't kiss butt.
And you should have come to the 4th season at some point in time, because I feel like if you had been there to be like, Chris, why don't you try it this way on a couple of things? Season 4 could have been better. And I blame Casey.
Honestly, I don't think anyone would ever listen to my ideas because they think I'm too much of a weirdo mark. And
the thing is, they always listens to your ideas. They just don't ever tell you they are because they don't want your head to go like giant size and not be able to fit in that tiny little screen on our show.
See, I don't think that would happen.
And then charge them for the ideas.
I'm very famous from my other podcast, another miserable podcast, and I don't let that get to me at all. We're actually going to be doing a very special Nightmare on Elm Street 3 commentary.
I'm actually looking forward to that, by the way. And I really liked the Friday the 13th Part 4. I thought that one was great.
Thank you, Justin. Our latest episode is a fan request episode where people asked us to watch things. Where good old Owen, you know Owen, MC Fart Bay, Byron. Yeah, you guys have hung out with him.
I've been to his
house. You made me watch this movie called The Jackhammer Massacre that was fucking terrible. Didn't even have Goldberg in it.
I want to give a big shout out to Vic.
Man, I should have gotten my request.
Hashtag kill your friends.
I should have gotten my request for Basket Case 2. Make you guys watch that shit. Anyway,
but Urban suggested Freaked, so he has.
Mine would be soft for digging.
Me, I have a question for you, dumb fuck. Is this the first episode where they referred to it as Arrow?
Arrow from the Depths of Hell?
I knew he was going to ask that question straight away.
You know, and this was the first one?
Jesus Christ. This was the first.
I'm talking about King Escobar Santos' racist name. What was his name back then?
King Cuerno.
Cuerno.
Oh, it was awesome.
I don't know why me abusing Byron is so much funnier than any of the rest of us do.
It is very funny.
And again, Cuerno was getting his shit in, doing his little, stalking.
Wait, did you say King Cornhole was getting his shit in?
That's what it sounded like.
Cuerno.
Oh, Cuerno.
No,
I was going to talk about him eliminating
King Horn.
Evil East, but then you guys went and made it like really uncomfortable.
All right, so let me just go down this list. So let me do the entrance first. You got number 1, Phoenix; 2, Mundo; 3, Cisco; 4, Cuerno; 5, Son of Havoc; 6, Pimpinella; 7, Prince Puma; 8, Evil East; 9, Drago; 10, Bale; 11, Cortez Castro; 12, Ricky Mandel;
not Marvin.
13, Big Rick, the other Rick in this match. 14, Pentagon, or as
Pentagon.
Evie Dub would call him, shoot name, gimmick name.
No.
Sorry, had to do it. Number 15, Superfly, getting at least one more appearance here in Lucha Underground. Number 16, Chavo with a chair. Number 17, Masquerita Sagrada. 18, Sexy Star. Number 19, the dishwasher from down the street, El Mariachi Loco. And number 20, Mil Muertes with Katrina.
You know, I did like the whole time Dario Cueto was making number 2 jokes, and Matt Stryker on commentary made it like a second place thing, when clearly he was saying that he was a piece of shit, and that's why he's number 2.
Now, I do have a question, though. Was this the whole roster? Like, who's missing here? Blue Demon?
No one.
He comes in.
I mean, yeah, he shows up anyway, but
Yeah, Famous B's missing. That's it.
Oh, B is the only one that didn't get in here.
Yeah.
And Massaro was still on security then.
And
Yeah, he wasn't wrestling yet, but Famous B was, and he wasn't there.
Why did they not use a Verna?
Oh, no, wait. No, we haven't seen Arhenis yet, right?
No, Arhenis.
Not
I
yet.
think Arhenis was around, but were
Yeah, no,
you
he
guys
wasn't,
at this
yeah.
one? Were you guys at this thing live?
No, I didn't go until like the Trios Championship thing and the Superfly getting unmasked.
Okay, so you were there then, and I didn't show up until the Return of Drago because I had an interesting question about this one. What is the time interval supposed to be between combatants here?
It was supposed to be 2 minutes, but it was not 2 minutes at
Was
all.
this one like that too?
It
Because I
was.
know in future Aztec Warfares that I had been at, 2 minutes is is in what I like to call Japanese seconds, as in Krista Joseph is in the back and just making up whenever the 2 minutes is done.
No, not true. Not true.
Cue the drummer. Cue the drummer.
Not true. That's how you're supposed to do it. It's a TV show. Season 4, they started with Aztec Warfare and they kept the clock honest, and it fucked up. Everyone
And they
was
turned it
hitting their
off
finish.
like by competitor number 6, didn't they?
Yeah, like you're still hitting your your finish, your last spot, while the opponent is making their entrance, and everything is just
Yeah, but I will say this: as much as I love almost every bit of the Lucha Underground locker room, in the final Aztec Warfare, there wasn't a single motherfucker in the back who didn't come out front and take liberties with the goddamn stopwatch. Everybody went long, and fuck them, because we would have been in the show for real if they hadn't. Sons of bitches. Fuck the entire. I should put the entire Lucha Underground locker room of season 4 on the goddamn wall of shame. Fuck them.
I'm glad I couldn't go to that day.
I was so mad, Jim. So mad. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the fun stuff here. What were the fun spots? We could talk about individual eliminations. Here's what I liked about this episode. I thought that what we were getting here was Lucha Underground taking a gimmick match and making a moment out of it. And this was the way that NWA and WCW had been early on, that a big gimmick match could just be a regular episode of TV. It didn't have to be necessarily a pay-per-view or something else. It was just like a couple week build up, and then they would have a big moment. And I loved that about this episode. And I thought they failed with the first ladder match doing it with the briefcase. And the money thing in general, I don't think did that. But this was where I think they finally hit their stride. And DJ loves a gimmick match. We know that. Of really just being able to do a gimmick match without having it be the end of season or be, some pay-per-view moment. Like this whole episode, just a gimmick match, right?
Yeah, this isn't the best gimmick match in the history of the show. That's clearly grave consequences. But
I thought you were going to say the Halloween one.
don't get
The
me started.
Monsters
Hell of
Ball
War.
thing.
Don't
Hell of War was a death match. I don't even know if
That
you would
was
consider that a
yeah,
gimmick match.
I mean, Hell of War was one of the best.
It was
things.
like deathmatch light compared to some of the death matches that I know that me and Casey have watched. It was deathmatch light, but it was still like, hey, this is a real national promotion doing a death match, so
Right,
I'm
right.
not mad at any of it.
yeah.
El Rey lawyers actually watched the show. They'd be getting in a lot of trouble. Yeah. Yeah.
I like the precedent that this was setting at the time. Meef, was this the
very-
first one that you watched back in the day?
This is the very first episode that I ever watched, because what they did was they actually put it out free. I don't know if it was shown live, like at the same time as it was shown in America live, but they actually put out the whole episode free for everyone to watch on YouTube, I think. Because usually, like, their YouTube stuff is blocked from to the UK and stuff.
This was the first match that I actually knew the spoiler ahead of time. I knew that Puma won because it had been all over the internets, and especially Japanese wrestling fans were talking about Ricochet winning a major US title. So this one did get spoiled for me, but only by like a day or so.
Oh, Ricochet didn't win the match, dude. Prince Puma.
Sorry, Prince Puma, the street kid with no previous wrestling experience from Boyle Heights.
Never wrestled in Japan in his life.
Sorry, I didn't mean to striker it. Sorry, my bad. I think that this was a cool.
Like, if you were gonna strike her, you would have been called, "Oh, Ricochet, the kitty cat of coolness," or some bullshit.
Wow. Come on, you got more respect for him than that. Jim, what did you think of the first Aztec Warfare? Fan, not a fan?
I mean, I'm a fan, and this episode is actually what I use to get people to start watching Lucha Underground, especially like because you have pretty much all the talent there, with the exception of like the few names that you mentioned. But you know, when this first aired, it was on demand. So I'd be like, listen, this is the episode you got to watch to get into Lucha Underground. You may have not seen the previous episodes, but this pretty much brings you up to speed. Plus, you get to see everyone do some cool shit. And then you get to see the first champion in the organization. So, yeah, I was a fan when I first saw it, still a fan of it. And I'm still thankful that I wasn't there for the very last one.
Grave consequences with Phoenix and Mil Muertes is the match that I use to get people to watch Lucha Underground. I'm like, hey, do you want to see a casket match that's actually fucking good? And they're like, that doesn't exist. Shut up, Casey. And I'm like, no.
Well, the thing I can point to with this episode is like, hey, do you want to see a mini get decapitated by a former WWE star? Because that happened.
Jesus.
Shoot, decapitate.
What? Like, what? Wow, how did Big Rick even think that it was okay to go that stiff? That was
because
nuts.
It's the same guy that did that shit to Sexy Star in the Gift of the Gods match and then got fired for it.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, like, the fact that he still had a job the next day after this, like, that was not a clothesline or a lariat. That was somebody trying to knock an Adam's apple out of a little person's head.
And then he just smacked him in the chin really fucking hard and really probably hurt him bad. Yeah.
Look, Phoenix also killed him by drop kicking him midair.
That was a great spot.
That's fantastic.
I mean,
he actually moved him.
Short of kill shot, there was a lot of potatoes in this match. Just saying.
Future reference.
Yeah, future reference. Just teasing future episodes. Keep coming back, guys.
I apologize to go back to. Oh no, I'll leave it for later. I'll leave it for the NXT bit.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say because you were talking about Shane Strickland and where he was going. Now he's fighting Gargano.
I know. They heard me.
They've been watching.
I know.
They're doing it for Jim. They're just going, who do these guys like?
Strickland lives matter, bro. Give my man a shot.
They're like, who was my favorite in Lucha Underground and who's my favorite in NXT? Let's just put them together in a match finally.
Yeah. That's kind of what needs to happen. All right. There was another spot I wanted to talk about. Fucking Son of Havoc wasn't it? That surely wasn't what I wanted to talk about.
Was it
Evil
Maria
Beast being
Luca's
eliminated
amazing
by
super kick?
The Thrill of the Hunt? No, it wasn't that.
Or would have been the spear to Sexy Star.
No.
The spear to Sexy Star was solid. No, it was Katrina. Good Lord.
Oh, damn.
People forget that Maxine, a.k.a. Carly, a.k.a. Katrina, whatever the fuck you want to call her. People forget that.
Took it like a champ.
Okay, you can talk shit about some of her wrestling. Like, her moveset wasn't great when she was Maxine or whatever, but she could always bump. She was always great at bumping. And the fucking bumps that she took here, like she almost took the big bump from Mill, but then the insecurity that she took from it was Johnny, right?
It was Johnny.
Fucking picture perfect. Probably one of the best moves in the whole match. And she looked better than Evie looked. Not that they gave Evie much time or really a chance. I'm not blaming that on her at all, but Katrina looked better. She looked better than Sexy Star. And all she did was grab a foot and do a couple of little bump spots. But the insecurity was fucking classic. There was nobody in that place that wasn't like, oh shit, he just kicked that bitch's head off.
I think she legitimately ate it, didn't she? She just let him
she leaned into
connect.
it. She leaned into it. She did it the way you're supposed to do it when you're selling a big move. It was totally safe. It was performed perfectly. She did not get hurt. She leaned into it, and then she laid the fuck out on the apron. It was fucking epic. It was like every time I see insecurities now, it's like people go, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, dude, if somebody did an insecurity to you for real, like I've been kicked in the back of the head. That is real pain. Like
in the side of the head even as well. Because some of them are like,
oh my God, you see somebody get cold cocked with an insecurity in real life, they should be out cold. They should sell it exactly the way she did. It made Mundo look great. It was an awesome move. The other person I will put over, believe it or not, in this match, our homeboy, Mariachi Loco. No, Mariachi Loco. Best 2 minutes of his career.
Best super kick in a long time. Great,
amazing.
Great drop kick.
Unlike some other bitch who's 5'2" tall and wears a cowboy hat, he knows actually how to do a proper super kick across the chin, not into the throat.
Wow.
Yes,
I said it. Looks better.
I think that he legit looked like $1 million right here. And
Was
I
that
gotta
HBK?
say,
Yeah, fuck HBK.
wow.
Wait. How do you say it?
No, he's not going to listen to the show.
Yeah. Sorry.
Look,
sorry.
Shawn Michaels.
Look, after last week, I don't even think
people,
friends are listening to the show.
Sorry, HBK.
They go on the wall for being pieces of shit long ago.
Wow.
Well,
Meef is just
no. Oh yeah, but
drastic.
if they want to talk about the boys and the paying your dues, five, six biggest pieces of shit in wrestling in the last 20, 30 years.
Preach on it, Meef.
If you're not down with that, we've got 2 words for you.
I mean, it's true. I mean, there are stories that are confirmed and people laugh where he was having sex with another man's wife while his friends were watching out for him. They weren't watching him do it. They were watching the door.
They weren't legally married.
And also the fact that
okay.
How did this get into a quick conversation?
Cry.
I don't even know what happened, Jim.
By the way,
I'm just along for the ride, brother.
I like Jim. I like
Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash in the X division is better than most of wrestling on today.
I don't know.
What did we get here?
It stems from a super kick. That's all how this happened. A Mariachi Loco super kick transitioned into this somehow.
Well, Mariachi Loco, I would like to say that you looked fabulous in this match. Yeah. I could totally see why they wanted to push that gimmick. It's a shame that your gimmick got shelved shortly after this because you really did look like $1 million. You're out there with a ton of guys who had been in the business for a long time, looking good with Puma and Mundo and Macias, whatever name he goes by.
Is Razor Ramon back on Twitter?
Shit.
You can't.
We didn't talk about. Oh, you know who else was in the clip? You guys remember when X-Pac tore his asshole?
So here's the thing. Son of Havoc took out Pimpy with the shooting star. I like the guy, Son of Havoc, and I think he's fun. I have not seen him once properly set up his shooting star. He just kind of he'll do a move and then go stand on the turnbuckle and wait for someone to roll into the exact spot.
It's almost like he
waiting for the booty scoot to the right spot.
It's almost like he learned how to wrestle in a backyard. Yeah.
Other than that, I think it's a lot of fun.
One of my least favorite things in wrestling is when you see somebody trying to position for the move.
Oh yeah, shuffle.
I come from the ECW school, and Heyman would yell at people you don't move. Either the guy figures out a spot that he can do where you're at, or you don't do the spot and he comes over, grabs your hair, picks you up, hits you in the mush again. You go back down in a better spot. Nobody does the booty scoot in ECW. You'll never see it.
Well.
I don't go back and watch the tape. You scoop booty across my mat because I don't wash these mats, and something is gonna crawl up your ass. Like my client, Brock Lesnar.
Jesus Christ.
That's amazing. Casey's going to have no voice tomorrow, and he's going to blame us again, and he's going to totally quit the show. He's going to be like, every time I do the show with you guys, my fucking voice goes, fuck you guys.
You guys want to know something else that was interesting?
Oh, God, not if you're
ring ripped?
No, it's So when Chavo hit Sexy Star with the chair episodes ago, he almost caused brain damage to her future children. He hit her so hard in the head, and now
that check was in the mail anyway, Byron.
And then she chair shots him back, and he works it. He has the hands up. He makes the bump on time. He totally there was not a receipt. Well, I'm trying to talk about the match.
We're listening. We're totally listening to you, right?
I'm really warm.
Hey, you guys remember when the 1, 2, 3 kid wrestled Bret Hart? That was a really good match. He was in the Clique, 1, 2, 3 kid, not Bret Hart. Oh, Bret Hart was not in the Clique.
No.
For an episode based on Aztec Warfare, there's a real warfare on staying on topic.
Jim,
you should know this by now.
You see what I've been dealing with, man? I even wrote the episode outline this time, like I'm supposed to, guys. I actually did my homework. There's notes. Everyone got them.
So,
so
Puma won.
Puma is your very first Lucha Underground champion.
Shitty belt.
Survey.
Oh,
are
yeah.
you here to listen to on-topic discussion? Or
This
are you
is
here to listen to the MMM show? Survey says another one for the good guys.
This is the original shitty belt. What did you guys think when you first saw this belt?
I knew for an instant. I'm like, okay, well, something's happening to this belt because it's too shitty to be a real one.
No, what sucks though is
Byron Bullet.
The belt they were using at the same time was the same belt, just as shitty. Like that, and that was their real belt. You can get a shitty replica from High Spots of the AAA belt that looks exact. It might be the real belt.
Has Evie Dub or DJ or Roach ever told us the story of why they switched the belt on the show?
Because everyone said it fucking sucked.
Well, I know that. I think they decided to retire it very quickly.
Who still has that? Is that in the archives with everything?
It's the one that Cage wears.
It's in the prop department. The broken one is in the prop department, and the backup one that is not broken is in the prop department.
Do you know where the keys are to the prop department?
No, Van Wagner can't even get them. Even Dub wants the bull. You heard him on this show talk about how he wants the bull. Nobody can get in there, man. It's locked up.
So what you're saying is we should have just taken what we could have when we took the tour, because it wouldn't have mattered anyway.
Yes, we should have looked Eric Van Wagner right in the eye and been like, Eric, you don't really need the gift of the God's belt tonight, do you? Because we can take it back to the prop department right now and put it in storage for you.
We could have just gone to the prop department.
And the prop department is right near my car.
You could have got me my Cuerno stuff, but no.
Yeah, no, we wouldn't have done that.
Oh, the head dress.
Oh God, Meef on that tour. They had like the whole Cuerno outfit and the middle outfit up on the mannequin. Oh,
I know. I've seen the picture. Don't worry.
Do you think those mannequins come back to life like the cinematic masterpiece known as Mannequin, or the television masterpiece known as Today's Special on Nickelodeon?
Today's Special reference. Thank you.
So good. So good. You should have just gone with Today's Special. You don't even need to reference Mannequin. That's like referencing Splash. It's too easy.
Jeffrey the Mannequin. I think that was his name.
The Shape of Water.
Dead silence. I love it.
It's the same film. Shot for shot.
Look, Mannequin was great because it had that tremendous song that's all stuck in all of your heads, and I'm not going to sing it because my voice hurts.
Yes.
Because these assholes said, Casey, do the Paul Hyman.
Speaking of which, Casey, that just
Paul Hyman.
That was
I did say Hyman.
Starship.
Because we used to do this thing when I was a kid.
Airplane.
We used to do this thing when I was a kid where we would say his name was Paul Hyman, and we would go, Hyman, I'm going to rip you apart.
Jim, I have a question for you. Who complains about this show going long and having to record for way too long?
Josh.
Hi, Josh.
Hi, Josh.
I feel like Josh is looking out for my best interests.
If Josh Pillow is listening to this part of the show, Josh, you have to tell me what your critique of this part of the show is. Anyway, all right. So I want to ask everybody's opinion on the state of wrestling during COVID. Who's had it going on the best out of NXT, Impact, and AEW?
The answer is whoever's doing the deathmatch drive-in tomorrow on Internet Wrestling TV, because I might actually watch that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called the deathmatch drive-in.
Where's that?
To be safe for the fans, they instead of having fans sitting around, you got to stay in your cars and watch the wrestling. And then it's people fucking each other up right outside your car. It sounds like the greatest idea ever. I am down for this.
As long as it's not like the backlot brawl from
Zone of 23.
I was at that WrestleMania live.
Oh no, the one on NXT, not the one at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
By the way, for those
Studios one. whatever that was. Is that where they did that? Was that at Universal?
No, the NXT one was at Full Sail.
Oh, was it the Full Sail parking lot? My
Full Sail parking lot. Yeah, like in that fake city thing. But the one from WrestleMania 12 was at Walt Disney Studios.
Right.
So whenever I have people come to the lot for to give a tour or whatever, if they're a mark, I always bring them there.
You go straight there because you're a mark. I love it.
Yeah. I'm like, by the way, if this looks familiar, it's because this is the actual site of the Hollywood Backlot Brawl.
This is where Roddy Piper got hit with the car way too fucking hard because he thought he could jump up on the windshield.
So I'm guessing, Jim, that your take is that NXT has been doing the best during coronavirus, but feel free to disagree with me.
I mean, I feel like it has because there was that period of time during Dynamite where you could just tell that, hey, we're just putting matches together. Mm-hmm. And understandably so. There was no, they didn't have all the talent, but they were just putting matches together just to have a show. So it was just a lot of, jobber matches.
Yeah.
Which I get, like you're really limited. And I believe this is when they were still filming in Atlanta. So they would do like multiple weeks at a time. Whereas NXT, even though it was limited, they still had more of a program. Granted, obviously it was because they weren't as adhering to COVID-19 protocols as they should have been. But
which we found out very, very fast this week.
Yeah.
Bad news over there for those guys.
Very much so. But as far as just a viewing product, I have to go with NXT overall anything else. Because even with all the other shows, whether it be Impact, Raw, SmackDown, whatever, I just felt like NXT was still the better one because they had a small enough pool of talent where they could still do all of their programs, or at least most of them.
Can I vote for Battle Arts, even though it was like 15 years ago? But they're just going on.
Dude, if that's the wrestling that's keeping you company during COVID, I guess so.
Yeah.
Actually, I should throw New Japan in there as well. Like New Japan should be.
Don't get them started on New Japan.
But
it was 4 hours, do we?
Okay. First of all, fuck you, Gato.
I'm not caught up, so I don't want to talk about it. Plus,
all right, Meef, which one's your fave?
NXT. I've never watched an episode of AEW because I wouldn't even have a clue what's going on there because it just seems like a lot of shit. Impact, I haven't been interested in years because, well, it's Impact. But NXT actually is, even though they've got the smaller pool of talent, it means they're actually getting used a lot better and more condensed rather than like Santos Escobar, for instance. Obviously, I'm invested in that. But you would have probably gone 2 or 3 weeks before without seeing him between. Whereas now, even if he's just going out doing little promos, and his promos have been amazing. The one that he did this week was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. I think, I'm going to be honest, I think NXT is a better show than Raw, and I haven't watched enough SmackDown to know. SmackDown seems like the show that they're investing the most in. And right now, to me, honest to God, of just the WWE shows, I feel like Raw is the number 3 show.
And the thing as well is I think with NXT is a lot of the talent who've been on the indies a long time and have worked in things like Lucha Underground and all these other programs. So they're very attuned to kind of listening to ideas, taking ideas and character ideas and doing things with the character ideas, producing a TV product than some of these other wrestlers who have been brought through the WWE system, which are obviously trained to the WWE TV product. But in fact, that's what's been losing them viewers on their other shows, is that stale, bog standard type, typecast, or kind of like always going back to type on their characters and also the product they produce. Whereas these new guys it's a lot more creative down in NXT. It's like producing a better product.
Byron, what do you think? What's your take? Which one do you like?
I like AEW. I mean, they had to rewrite a month and a half or 2 months worth of shows on the spot. And so, they had the tournament, but everything else kind of suffered. But I think AEW did the best. I think overall, every show had been fun. And those NXT shows without people in the audience at all suck. And AEW is also doing it better and safer. And they're doing shows outside now, which is safer. And I can't. I mean, I like people on NXT. I mean, SmackDown, Raw doesn't matter, and New Japan wasn't running, but I like the people on NXT. A few of them, like Cross and Escobar, and I'll watch NXT first because of them. But I mean, I go with AEW, and I think NXT WWE is they're still fucking everything up. Like their directors were yelling at people to not wear masks, and like the COVID outbreak and this and that, and it's just I can't say they're doing it better when
Hey,
they're
pal,
not.
you didn't know my plan, pal. We got the competition's champion. We gave him the COVID because none of us wore masks, and now they got a champ. They don't got a champ.
Yeah, it's like WWE over 30 people test positive. They didn't want their people to say anything. They're not announcing anything. Whereas AEW says our champ who has a match we're promoting might have it. So he's not even going to get on a plane to come and get tested. Like I'm just a lot more behind AEW as a company, and I enjoy their shows, even though some aren't as good.
Okay,
But I'm happy Wednesday night's out of the way.
All right.
I gotta say that there is something new coming up for people. That it's going to be Thursday, July 9th. Right after the Thursday after this show goes up, okay? Vanguardia Lucha Libre joins independent wrestling television. Okay. So this promotion I'm recommending, even though I haven't seen any of their shows yet, because it features some of our favorite people from Zona 23. It has Ciclope, not the WCW guy. He's based on the X-Men character. Don't tell anyone, Jim. Medio Extremo and Drastic Boy, which has the dumbest spelling of the word drastic I have ever seen in my life for his name.
With a Z and a K.
Yes. He manages to get both a Z and a K in drastic.
It's all about Scrabble, baby.
Yeah,
that's right. Just for those American listeners, which is pretty much all of them of this show, a Z means Z.
So the main event of the show that they're showing, it's actually from October 2019. It's headlined by Ciclope and Medio Extremo versus Arrow Boy. Hey,
that's dope.
Yeah.
And Violento Jack versus Crazy King and Lunatic Fly with Japanese wrestling legend Shima in action.
That sounds decent.
He hasn't been on AEW forever, but he was at some lucha promotion that might only have 10 people in the audience.
Well, when was that? Was that filmed recently?
October of last year. So
it was pre-corona.
Yeah, it's since he's been on AEW though.
Oh, true, but I mean, look, people take other work that are on AEW still, some of them. Anyway, my take on it is during corona, I really liked it was really hard for me to watch any of the Empty Arena stuff. I thought that AEW's first Empty Arena show that they did at Daily Plaza or whatever that place is called wasn't good, and then they went into the Atlanta studio or whatever. And I thought that they were doing production better than everyone else, even though the matches were kind of lame, just because they had a few people standing around clapping it up. And I think that everybody else following that style was smart, because now I think that NXT with the small crowd or the Performance Center guys in the background makes that show the better one. Whereas at first AEW was the only one that I could even tolerate watching. The WWE shows were way too quiet. It just bothered me. It hurt the whole thing.
I couldn't even get into the AEW Empty Arena shows, but one promotion that did Empty Arena shows great was DDT. Because I'll tell you something.
The action is on a different level in DDT, though.
Yeah, see, it all boils down to this, Justin. WWE's trying all these new things. AEW's trying all these new things, right? But they're a bunch of cowards, Justin. You know why?
Why?
Neither of them would have someone getting hit in the asshole with an exploding electrified barbed wire baseball bat, would they?
Woo!
But Danshoku Dino took that shot
right in the whoo. Well, I'm going to end it right there. And until next time, stay calm and stay in the mix.
Penis.
Penis.